ribs. And by your friendly Northwest Dodge dealers. Do not follow. Do not conform. Be different.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to chilly Michigan. The temperatures dropped 60 degrees in the last 2 days. The Portland Trail Blazers continue their 4-game road trip, taking on the Detroit Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Hi again, everybody. Pete Pranica alongside the snapper Steve Jones. Blazers obviously not happy losing at Indiana, but Mike Dunleavy and the Blazers were pleased with the play of Bonzi Wells.
Oh, you have to be excited about what Bonzi Wells did against the Indiana Pacers, and particularly under the pressure that the Blazers and Wells were under. They were struggling to score, and Bonzi Wells manufactured a lot of opportunities that gave Portland a chance to win the game. It's important for Bonzi Wells to come with the same attitude he had against Indiana tonight, because Portland will need a lift off the bench.
Well, as you say, it'll be a firefight for scoring honors. And earlier tonight, I had a chance to talk with Bonzi Wells, and I said, how did it feel to be back home again in Indiana?
I felt real good. It brought a lot of memories back for me, you know, just being home, getting to see my people, and just being in Indiana was good for me. And I had to show up, and I tried to respond. Coach gave me an opportunity, and I did.
You know, Bonzi Wells is the energizer for the Trailblazers off the bench, and Pete, they're going to need that energy tonight because the Pistons are playing a high-energy game.
They certainly are. Bonzi Wells, a little extra motivation. It was the Pistons who drafted him 11th in the 1998 NBA draft. They traded him to Portland. He wants to show well tonight.
We've made it easier to separate yourself from the crowd with a new Dodge Durango, boasting best-in-class power and room. Right now, you can lease this extremely popular Durango SLT 4x4 for only $349 a month. In a perfect world, everything would be different. Until then, see the friendly Dodge dealer near you during our Think Spring event.
As you can see, our menu has a lot of great stuff on it. Tony Roma's, famous for ribs and a whole lot more. Are you in the mood for a juicy Roma burger, a crisp Santa Fe salad, or tender, mouth-watering ribs? You are now. Tony Roma's, famous for ribs and a whole lot more.
Now, for a limited time, you can enjoy Tony Roma's star-studded sampler. Includes original baby backs, Carolina Honeys, Blue Ridge Smokies, and bountiful beef ribs, all for just $12.99. Tony Roma's, famous for ribs.
These days, seems like everybody's always reachable, instantly accessible. Until there's a busy signal, a hold message, and the realization that your insurance company isn't there for you. Enter Country Companies, where you'll always talk to real people with real answers real quick. After all, what good is a phone if there's no one there to listen? Country Companies Insurance.
The Blazers and Pistons matched up in the 1990 NBA Finals. I'm sure you all remember that. So for tonight's memorable moment, let's turn back the clock and take a look at Blazer Mania 1990
Memorable
styles.
moments are brought to you by your Northwest Dodge dealers.
June 16th, 1990, a soggy weekend didn't dampen Blazer Mania. Only days after seeing their team fall short in the NBA Finals against Detroit, more than 7,000 people turned out to pay tribute to the Western Conference champions at our rally in Portland's Pioneer Square.
Raining out, the weather not the greatest, but you fans are the greatest, and you make it sunshine every day in Portland for the Blazers.
Your Northwest Dodge dealers are giving you the chance to win $1,000. Stop by a participating Northwest Dodge dealer and enter the Dodge First to 20 contest. If your entry is selected and you correctly pick the first Blazers player to score 20 points in that game, you win $1,000. Tonight's contestant, Ray Borgen of Milwaukee, he selected Scottie Pippen to be tonight's First to 20. Go to your participating Northwest Dodge dealer and enter for your chance to play First to 20. The Pistons have a new coach. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more when game night continues after this from your local stations.
Thanks, Pete. The Blazers play at Washington tomorrow. We have a big game tomorrow afternoon right here on Channel 8. Vince Carter and the Raptors will take on Gary Payton and the Sonics. Game time, 3 o'clock. Big game at the Coliseum tonight. It's the championship of the boys 4A high school basketball tournament. Top-ranked Jefferson against Tualatin. Game time is 8 p.m. The Jefferson Democrats are used to pressure. They're ranked 4th in the country and are 27-0. Last night they beat Jesuit 66-61.
I mean, we came out with a pretty good win against a great team.
You guys are 1 win away now from the championship. Can you taste a little bit?
I mean, we can't taste it till we got it all.
The Timberwolves of Tualatin have had a great season as well. They're 25-2. Last night, Reagan Gilbertson of Redmond hit a shot to force overtime, but Caleb Upchurch with this hoop, and Tualatin reaches the championship game with a 61-58 victory.
We just got to go out and figure out how we're going to win the game and play it to the best of our ability. And that, they know that.
Meanwhile, big college game at McCourt in Eugene. It's a civil war between the Ducks and Beavers. Oregon's headed for the NCAA tournament with a 21-7 record. The Beavers are 13-15. The final home game for seniors S.Smith, Alex Scales, and Darius Wright of the Ducks.
We're excited about it. It's nice to know that it's not a game where your tournament hopes ride on it, but it's still a big game for us. I mean, it gives us an opportunity to maybe be a 5 or a 6 seed, and that's a pretty good seed for the tournament with an opportunity to advance.
Meanwhile, a sellout crowd at McCourt last night, the first in the history of Oregon women's basketball. Lady Ducks took on Oregon State. Shaquela Williams hits that 3 for Oregon. Beavers kept it close, looking to go 15-15 on the season, but Jenny Moe had 14 points and 10 rebounds. The Lady Ducks win at 60-53, their first outright Pac-10 title. They're ranked 24th, and they're 23-7 on the season. Meanwhile, Mike Dunleavy Jr. is back in action for Duke in his second game back from mononucleosis. He had 15 points in 22 minutes. The third-ranked Blue Devils beat Wake Forest today, 82-73 in Charlotte, North Carolina. Dunleavy hit 4 or 5 shots from the field. Let's hope his dad, Mike Dunleavy, has as much fun tonight for the Blazers against the Pistons. Now we head back to Detroit.
We've just made it easier to separate yourself from the crowd with a new Dodge Caravan, the most innovative, most imitated, most trusted minivan on the road today. Now, Caravan features low 0.9% financing for up to 60 months that could save you over $4,600. In a perfect world, everything would be different. Until then, see the friendly Dodge dealer near you during our Think Spring event.
World-class e-business solutions. Global high-speed access. Universal internet security. One of the fastest backbones on Earth. Get the connection? Cable and wireless, giving you everything you need in the world of e-business.
The durable, authentic khaki. It gets better with every wash. Dockers khakis.
There's something big coming your way. Town & Country Chrysler Plymouth Jeep is having a total stock sellout. Right now at Town & Country, we need to make room for our enormous spring allocation. That means everything goes. This year 2000 Voyager has been marked down as low as $14,988. And Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo start at only $23,999. Huge savings. All cars and trucks must go. So hurry into Town & Country Chrysler Plymouth Jeep during the total stock sellout, going on now.
By the accounts of most of the Detroit fans, and more importantly, Detroit owner Bill Davidson, the Pistons have been underachieving this year. So, therefore, last week, they made the decision. Alvin Gentry is out. George Irvin in, Steve, as the interim coach. A little unwilling, but ready to take over the reins.
Well, you know, somebody has to guide the team. And so George did the company thing and said, okay, I will do the job. I don't really want to be head coach. He's very good friends with Alvin Gentry. Gentry brought him to Detroit. So there's always that feeling of, I don't want to sabotage my guy who brought me here, but they have done a great job of responding to whatever George Irvin has said for the first 2 ball games.
One of the weapons that Irvin will rely on tonight, well, you know what, there are ACC players everywhere tonight. R.Wallace out of North Carolina, G.Hill out of Duke, Jerry Stackhouse out of North Carolina having a career season.
Well, you know, Stackhouse has had a terrific season, and a lot of it has been started with the arrival of Elvin Gentry and elevated in the last couple of ball games by something that George Irvin has done to turn him loose. 40 and 27 points in his last 2 ball games. He's a dangerous threat in the open court, and he's improved in a lot of areas, particularly in turning the ball over.
Well, and he's also shooting the ball very well. He has improved his scoring average by about 9 points per ball game this season, so he's going to be dangerous. That does it for tonight's edition of Game Night. Blazers and Pistons from the Palace of Auburn Hills coming next.
Game Night has been brought to you by Tony Roma's Restaurants. Tony Roma's, famous for ribs. And by your friendly Northwest Dodge dealers. Do not follow. Do not conform. Be different.
These days, it seems like everybody's always reachable, instantly accessible. Until there's a busy signal, a hold message, and the realization that your insurance company isn't there for you. Enter Country Companies, where you'll always talk to real people with real answers real quick. After all, what good is a phone if there's no one there to listen? Country Companies Insurance.
Now, fresh Safeway Select Salsa could take you to Mexico. New York steak to New York. And French bread all the way to Paris. Every time you spend $250 with your Safeway Club card through December 31st, you'll get 125 miles added to your United Airlines Mileage Plus account. And there's no limit on how many bonus miles you can earn. So go to your local Safeway today to enroll. Who knows where you'll go next?
Wherever you may be, this is Bill Shinley at Standard TV and Appliance main showroom on Southeast 82nd, where Standard offers a huge selection of appliances and big screens at guaranteed low prices. Here's Bill Gander.
Thanks, Bill. Get Standard's lowest prices right now on Mitsubishi HD TV big screens.
Standard TV and Appliance on Southeast 82nd.
And now 2 Westside locations in the former Doty stores on Highway 99 in Tigard and on Canyon Road in Beaverton.
We've made it easier to separate yourself from the crowd with a new Dodge Neon, loaded with more features, more total interior room, and more fun than ever before. Right now, Neon offers low financing or a generous cash allowance to use toward your down payment. In a perfect world, everything would be different. Until then, see the friendly Dodge dealer near you during our Think Spring event.
The following is a sports presentation of Blazer Broadcasting and Post Up Productions.
Old college acquaintances are renewed tonight in the Motor City. R.Wallace of North Carolina and G.Hill of Duke headline an ACC alumni meeting at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Though their hoop heritage is similar, their games are not. Rasheed relies on his power game to overrun the opposition. Hill is more of a finesse player and is posting MVP-type numbers. The differences extend to their teams. Portland is as constant as the North Star, with a defense that limits opponents to fewer than 90 points per game. The Pistons, with interim head coach George Irvin, are a study in frustrating inconsistency and a team that gives up more than 100 points per game. The journey continues. The Blazers and Pistons are next. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the excitement of the NBA from the Palace of Auburn Hills. It's the Portland Trail Blazers visiting the Detroit Pistons. Hi again, everybody. Pete Pranica alongside the Stamper Steve Jones. It looks to be a high-scoring ball game, and the Blazers have relied on big-time scoring from R.Wallace in the first two games of this trip, averaging more than 23 points a game. They'll need that again tonight.
Well, they need that and a whole lot more, but this is a kind of game which R.Wallace can really dominate at both ends of the floor. Because of his ability to run, his ability to block shots and rebound, good things should happen for Portland, and more importantly, he should have some fun, so no scowls from Rasheed tonight.
Should be a fun ball game, and a guy who has really rounded out his game, Steve, for the Detroit Pistons is Grant Hill. An all-star, but he improved his outside shot.
Well, you know, when he came into the league, there was a lot of fanfare for Grant Hill, but what was missing was really the ability to shoot the ball from the perimeter. And he went out, hired a shooting coach, and the results are he's got a jumper, and he now makes his free throws, which makes him very difficult to contain. What you've got to do with Grant Hill, keep him off the free throw line.
Grant Hill last night, 27 points as the Pistons beat Vancouver. Blazers trying to stop a three-game losing streak. Stay tuned. The game is coming up next. Portland Trail Blazers basketball is brought to you by Fred Meyer. What's on your list today? You'll find it at Fred Meyer. By Les Schwab Tire Centers. If we can't guarantee it, we won't sell it. By your local Toyota dealer, leading the way to quality and value every day. And by AT&T Family Plan. Talk all you want. Your family. AT&T Wireless Services.
Every day. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
With AT&T Digital One Rate, this is no ordinary phone. It's my you can reach me in Austin, then Denver, then Philly phone. My hey, let me pick up the kids today phone. My I'm working from home today phone. My hey honey, Michael made black belt phone.
The world of wireless has changed. AT&T Digital One Rate. No roaming or long-distance charges across 50 states. And now you can have AT&T Digital One Rate starting at $59.99 a month.
When you put your name on the line, it means something. That's what Jiffy Lube Signature Service is all about. We put our name on the line every single day. It's our guarantee we did the job right. Jiffy Lube Signature Service. More than an oil change.
Visit one of the 41 Greater Portland area Jiffy Lubes today.
From Godfather's Pizza comes a feast for the new millennium. Choose any medium specialty pizza like our Zesty Taco, plus a second medium with your choice of any one topping. And this unbelievable giant chocolate chip cookie as wide across as a medium pizza. Get ready for the feast of the millennium. Introducing the Millennium Feast from Godfather's Pizza. A medium specialty, a medium one topper, and a giant cookie, just $16.99. Call now and have it delivered.
Portland Trail Blazers basketball is closed caption through a generous grant from Fred Meyer.
the mountains, to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Detroit, Steve? How are they going to have to do it?
You know, this is a team that likes to get up and down. They've scored a lot of points, and when you're playing a team like that, first order of the day is to take care of the ball. Don't have a lot of turnovers, and if they don't turn the ball over, they've got to be able to get back defensively, make sure that they cover everybody that runs into Detroit Piston white uniform. And the Pistons have some shot blockers, but not the kind you should be intimidated by. So when you get the ball at the other end of the floor, bring it to the rim.
So that's the Blazers.
Which will bring Pete off of his feet.
So that'll be the Blazers game plan tonight. Earlier, I had a chance to sit down and talk with Blazers assistant coach Jim Ian. The Blazers, of course, have lost 3 in a row, but there is absolutely no need to panic. In fact, the Blazers on an even keel.
I think Mike's done a good job of keeping the guys grounded when, you know, through our highs and now through our lows, too. So I think it's a back-to-basics type mentality. We worked on it yesterday in practice in the shoot-around. Sometimes you just have to remind yourself of what got you where you're at and focus on those things as opposed to getting too far ahead of yourself and starting to worry about things.
Mike Dunleavy, last year's NBA Coach of the Year, doing a great job keeping the Blazers focused, despite that they're in a little bit of a down patch right now. Blazers going to try to turn it around tonight. Fans, time for the 800.com sports quiz. Tonight's question is, which former Duck threw for over 250 career touchdowns in the National Football League? Was it Jack Crabtree, George Shaw, Dan Fouts, or Dale Lomax? If you know the right answer, log on to www.800.com/RipCity. And if you do that before the end of halftime with the right answer, you'll qualify to win a Lyra Portable Personal Digital Player, the best music in real audio and MP3. So log on if you know the correct answer. It's the Blazers and the Pistons from the Palace of Auburn Hills. Starting lineups in tip-off are coming up after this.
Tacoma 4x4. There's no bigger rush.
From Godfather's Pizza comes a feast for the new millennium. Choose any medium specialty pizza like our Zesty Taco, plus a second medium with your choice of any one topping. And this unbelievable giant chocolate chip cookie as wide across as a medium pizza. Get ready for the feast of the millennium. Introducing the Millennium Feast from Godfather's Pizza. A medium specialty, a medium one topper, and a giant cookie, just $16.99. Right now at Godfather's Pizza.
I've been waiting for this.
We all have.
Here it comes.
Southwest Airlines introduces new nonstop service to Phoenix.
We'd like to remind you, Southwest never serves airline food.
You are now free to move about the country.
The Palace of Auburn Hills, Blazers and Pistons about ready to tip it off. But first, we'll tell you that the Blazers and Spirit Mountain Pick of the Game assist area smart programs throughout the state of Oregon. Tonight's Spirit Mountain Pick of the Game is that the Blazers will have more steals in the first half than the Pistons. If tonight's pick of the game comes true, W.L. Henry Elementary School will receive $5,000 for their smart reading program. You see the Blazers there, 46-15. The 3-game losing streak, the first since the 97-98 season. The Blazers 22-10 on the road and looking for their first win on this 4-game road trip. Meanwhile, the Pistons at the even keel mark of 30-30, 22-9 here at the Palace of Auburn Hills. They've won both games that they have played under interim head coach George Irvin, beating Vancouver last night and beating Denver decisively earlier last week. The officiating crew tonight, Jack Neese, Derek Stafford, and Rashawn Michelle.
Well, the most important thing for the Trailblazers is to remember what Trailblazer basketball is and get back to playing it as we take a look at the Godfather starting lineup. And you're playing against a team that likes to get up and down. You know, indication is they're now scoring a lot of points, averaging 120 over the last 2 ball games. You're going to have to score the ball as well, and you're also going to have to make sure that you defend your individual man.
Detroit scores a lot. They're second in the NBA, scoring 104, but they give up 103, and they're at the bottom of the NBA defensive ratings. Blazers with the first possession. Damon checked by Lindsey Hunter. Clock's at 8, and Damon fumbles it out of bounds, but it is off of Lindsey Hunter. Blazers will keep. 6 on the shot clock for the Blazers.
One of the reasons that the Pistons give up so many points, one, they're small inside, and defensively they do a lot of switching. They lose their men. Shot's got to go up.
Scotty will launch a 3, and the rebound to Jerry Stackhouse. You can expect the crowd to be loud tonight. The Pistons celebrating their 1990 finals victory. Terry Mills on the feed to Grant Hill, and Grant the first bucket of the night. Last night, Grant 27 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. Minute gone by, first quarter. Stoudemire, Stackhouse checking him. Clock's at 7 for Steve Smith, returning to the Detroit area. Inside. Offensive foul called on Steve Smith. Mike Dunleavy out on the floor. That, I thought, might have been in the no-charge area, and that is what Steve Smith is arguing. We'll get another look.
Tonight, the Trailblazers don't want to get themselves in early foul trouble or get focused on the officials. This team, the Pistons, are going to give them plenty of opportunity to score the basketball, to do the things that they want to do out on the floor. They just got to maintain their focus. Mills is a very good perimeter player, so you want to make him try to move with the ball.
Laettner sticks it from outside, and the Pistons are 2 for 2 and up 4. Grant Hill trying to check Scottie Pippen. Rashid trying to post up on Laettner, but it's Arvydas with it.
Well,
Arvydas trying to set a screen. He gets it back from Damon. Arvydas on the roll to the hoop.
Trailblazers have been against the clock in the first 3 possessions. They end up getting a score from Sabonis, and then quickly at the other end, Sabonis doesn't move his feet and picks up the personal foul.
Lindsey Hunter trying to get the license plate of that truck. It's number 11, Arvydas Sabonis. His first foul. And the first team foul. Lindsey Hunter been known to fall in love with the three-point shot, and he was just 2 for 12 last night overall.
Well, one of the things that hurts the Pistons is that they become a jump shooting team. They're really a team of driving, slashing kinds of players, but they'll settle for that first opportunity from the outside.
Pippen finding Rashid open over Laettner. Lindsey Hunter, his 7th season out of Jackson State. Stackhouse. Rasheed Wallace inside position on Laettner. Blazers looking for the lead. Blazers trying to post up, and Steve Smith has it taken away. Stackhouse in the lead.
That's when the crowd gets excited, and that's when defensively they become more energetic. They like to play in the passing lanes. You saw Stackhouse step in, tip it away. That's why turnovers are critical against them. Don't give them cheap buckets.
Stackhouse 7th on the NBA scoring charts, and to underscore your point, Steve, Detroit hasn't turned it over yet. Blazers have turned it twice. Arvydas in deep on Mills. The hook won't count, but the foul will go against Terry Mills, his first in his 10th season out of Michigan.
Mills has always had trouble defensively inside, but you want to get to him quickly. Sabonis finally makes his move, gets a little bump, and the head goes down from Mills as Mike Dunleavy wanted a continuation.
And the Blazers don't even get shots off of it. Arvydas in deep, laying it in. Sabas continuing his strong play over the last 13 games, averaging 17 points a contest. Stackhouse rising over Steve Smith. Arvidas clears the miss. Blazers looking to run. Steve inside lays it in over Stackhouse.
And that's the way to look ahead. And Damon Stoudemire got it right at the right angle for Steve Smith, who's been running every time there's been a Piston miss. Again, another bump inside.
Oh, it's out of bounds. Grant Hill was the pass from Laettner for Hill, I beg your pardon, was a little too long. The two Dukies couldn't connect, and it'll be Blazer ball. They lead it by 2. By the way, Michael Dunleavy, 15 points. Duke beat Wake Forest in the ACC semifinals today. So Michael back from the mononucleosis, that sideline him. Rasheed continues his hot shooting.
See, the Pistons will allow you to move the ball, so if you do it and do it quickly, you're going to get good scoring chances. You don't have to take a lot of time off the clock. Hunter on the drive, the foul, Damon Stoudemire.
Rasheed thought it might have been on him. They've announced Rasheed, but it is correctly on Damon Stoudemire, his first. Timeout on the floor. Blazers have moved in front. It's 10-6 Portland. 7:27 to go. First quarter from the Palace of Auburn Hills.
The tires are here at Les Schwab Tire Centers everywhere, celebrating the West's largest tire sale, the Spring Tire Sale. In passenger and performance tires, the 800 Ultra, Spectrum, Grand Am, Proxys SZ4, the all-new ZE 326. For pickups and SUVs, Wild Country, Wildcat, Trailcat, the new SXT. All this and more on sale. Custom wheels, exciting new styles. Happening now at Les Schwab, the West's largest tire sale.
Can Sprite make you a more extreme mountain biker? Not if you don't stay on your bike. All Sprite does is quench your thirst.
Maybe those sharp, pointy rocks will stop him.
Oh. Nope.
The home team is committed. Committed to getting into the playoffs. Committed to getting families into homes. Along with neighborhood revitalization efforts, the home team is breaking down the barriers to home ownership, sponsoring home buying fairs, and providing free information. The Trailblazers and the Fannie Mae Foundation, Portland's home team.
Fans, come on and catch the excitement at a Blazers game this month. Tickets still available for the Pistons on March 22nd and Dallas on March 30th. Call 224-4400 right now. And Steve, if you want to see this Detroit team, look at this. Second top scoring duo, Hill and Stackhouse. A detente between Chapel Hill and Durham.
Well, you know, there was a thought when Stackhouse first arrived that he would not be able to play with Grant Hill and he was going to be moved on, but they have found a way to coexist, and they can throw some numbers at you that can be very scary. So, you know, you've got to make sure that you try to control both of them, keep them off the line.
Christian Laettner draws a foul on Rasheed Wallace. Laettner to the line to shoot 2. A lot of ACC players in tonight's ball game. Rasheed out of North Carolina, Laettner out of Duke, Stackhouse out of North Carolina, Grant Hill out of Duke. Steve Laettner really seems to have found a home here in Detroit. He struggled elsewhere.
Well, you're not sure. I mean, I thought that he was very comfortable in Atlanta before they moved him on. I just think that his reputation preceded him about one being a little bit more of a problem, and he has not developed into the big player that everyone thought he would be coming out of Duke.
Damon filling it up. Coming off a 9-point ball game in Indiana where he shot 4 of 12. Damon trying to knock a little bit more of the rust off. Terry Mills from outside. That's his game, the outside jumper, more than a post-up game. Blazers up 4 and looking for more. Pippen against Grant Hill.
At the offensive end of the floor, you just don't want to stand against the Pistons. They will go to sleep defensively. Steve Smith.
Rasheed rakes it loose off the board. Steve, the stop and pop. Steve Smith played his high school ball here in Detroit at Pershing High School. Blazers sizzling early. Laettner fumbles it away. Here come the Blazers in transition. Damon feeding Steve. And the Pistons get back. Steve unable to handle it cleanly. 6 minutes gone by first quarter. Blazers up 6. Damon finds an alley. Rasheed loses it out of bounds, however. It'll be Detroit basketball, and George Irvin makes his first substitutions of the night as Grant Hill will sit down, as will Lindsey Hunter. We get a look at John Crotty and Michael Curry.
The idea of the early substitution for the Detroit Pistons, try to keep their energy up. So Curry and Crotty go in. They're not as good offensively as Hill and Lindsey Hunter, but they won't be out of the ball game that long, but they want to make sure that they keep playing at a high pace. Stackhouse.
Stackhouse connects. 4 on the night for him, and it's a 4-point Blazer lead. Crotty checking Damon. They know each other well. Of course, John, a member of the Blazers last season, until everybody realized he wasn't going to crack the rotation, and ended up playing last season in Seattle. Now a member of the Pistons. Scotty to the baseline, and a Detroit foul.
Going to call a reach on Stackhouse.
For Stackhouse, his first. 3 against the Pistons. Stacey Augmon pulls off the warm-up. He'll check in at the next opportunity. Rasheed has Laettner on him. Steve Smith doubled, freeing Rasheed, and scoring.
Broken play turned out to be something good for Wallace, who's yet to miss a shot in a ball game. 6 in the first quarter.
One thing about the Pistons, they are at the bottom of the shot blocking statistics in the NBA as Curry tries to drive against Pippen, fumbles it away. Scrum ensues, and a jump ball will be the call. Arvydas grimacing.
You know, he hits that hardwood and then gets folded up. You know, your knees, and his are a little creaky anyway, always ache a little bit more. Montrose coming in the ball game gives him a little bit more size in the middle.
Montrose in his 6th season out of North Carolina, so another ACC product into the ball game, and Terry Mills sits down. Pippen and Curry will jump, and Curry got the second opportunity and knocked it out of bounds. Oh, and now the officials say it's their mistake, and they're going to award the basketball to Detroit. Scottie Pippen sits down. Stacey Augmon is in.
Pippen knocked the ball out of bounds, and they pointed the wrong direction.
Pistons with a fresh 24, down 6. Stackhouse, the prime offensive option. Montrose. And if the Pistons are going to turn to him for offense, they're in trouble. And look at the edge on the backboard for the Blazers. Damon around Crotty, out of the double. Rimming out for Arvydas. Crotty, yet another ACC product out of Virginia. Damon had him stymied. Laettner's put-back block. And the high-scoring Piston offense has been limited to 10 points through the first 8+. Clock's at 10. Augmon, bottom of the net.
The Pistons would like Portland to play outside in, and I think that, you know, against them, as Stackhouse comes up with a quick shot, you have got to be willing to move yourself one more pass and bring the ball to the basket to have an easy time. Stoudemire, quick shot.
And Crotty the rebound.
When you quick shoot the ball against him, you turn them loose in the open court. Laettner on the finishing end.
Rasheed didn't want to pick up the foul. S.Smith, and now we've got a whistle and an offensive foul called against the Blazers. S.Smith, his second foul. Steve also had foul problems in Indiana as he collected 4, and that paved the way for Bonzi Wells to play big minutes.
George Irvin moving him in and out. Stackhouse comes out of the ball game. Laettner comes out. Hill back in. Jerome Williams, who's a high-energy guy for them, and where you have to really be concerned with Williams is in that hustle area, on the boards, and then just picking up loose stuff.
That's why they call him the Junkyard Dog.
Stay high, Thomas, stay high.
Williams against Wallace. Clock's at 9 for Curry. Bonzi Wells into the ball game. On the move against Damon is Crotty. Williams 3 at the shot clock buzzer is off. Montross, offensive rebound, trying to feed Curry, or Williams, I beg your pardon, out of bounds to Portland. Timeout on the floor. 2:43 to go in the first. The Blazers lead it by 6.
If house A costs this much and house B costs this much, how much will I save if I buy house A?
Well, honey, it depends.
At Bank of America, our people ask questions, even at home.
This is your first home or your retirement dream home. Say on House B, you have one of our shorter-term mortgages. You can build equity faster, pay it off faster.
They find solutions that fit you.
And maybe save enough money to buy, say, Lake House C. Assuming, of course, that...
Dad, you're doing it again.
I am? Oh.
Bank of America. Let's talk.
Wanna find a number out of town? GTE has got it down. 411, 411. Whether Tampa Bay or East LA or all across the USA. 411, 411. Don't need no area codes to search from coast to coast. 411, 411, 411. GTE National Directory Assistance. Find anyone, anywhere.
Coming events at the Rose Quarter include the NCAA Women's Regionals, March 25th and the 27th, Z100 Zootopia concert at the Rose Garden on April the 6th, and the Jammin' 95.5 Birthday Blast concert, that's on April the 7th. Tickets available at all Ticketmaster locations or call 224-4400. The Rose Garden is accessible to people with disabilities. For accessible seating, call 503-231-8000 or TDD 503-231-1101. And the rebounding story, Steve, favoring Portland.
You know, Portland should win the battle of the boards, but you're still going to have to go get them. And you don't, the way that you dominate them, particularly if your offensive rebounding, is to make sure you move the ball because they'll be out of position. You have a chance to get some of those missed shots.
Bonzi in for S.Smith with 2 fouls. Clock's at 10 for Arvidas. Arvidas trying to make something, stripped down the lane by Grant Hill. And it'll be Blazer ball with 5 on the shot clock. And while we have a chance, we invite you to email us with your comments about tonight's telecast. TV@ripcity.com. That's our email address. We'd love to hear from you.
They try to get Detlef Shrimp in the game. Not going to allow him in. He was going to replace Wallace.
Baseline gun, Rasheed, and he is on fire. Blazers by 8. Biggest lead of the night.
Whenever the Pistons get in trouble, they always come back to Grant Hill, and Stacey Ogman in trying to force Hill away from the ball does a good job of getting him further out on the floor. Hill makes his way.
Acrobatic move by Grant Hill. The Pistons would love to keep him. He's a free agent after the end of this season, and the current wisdom here in the Motor City, it's about 60-40 he's going to stay, but Grant's not tipping his hand. Arvidas, a good look from Damon, and Chavez will shoot a pair.
Mike Dunleavy moving his troops in and out very liberally here in the first quarter. Shrimp comes in, and it is
Curry.
Wallace going out of the ballgame.
Curry committing the foul. Rashid is down. Shrimp is in. Arvidas, third best free thrower on the team at 82.6. He also leads the Blazers with 14 double-doubles. Misfires on the second, and Jerome Williams is there to collect it. John Crotty making the play call for Detroit. Grant Hill and Stacey Augmon.
The play call is to get Grant Hill the ball and try to make something happen. You know, he used to be at the point and handling the ball all the time. Steal by Montrose.
Hill gets by Augmon, and a foul.
But see, that's what you can't have with Hill. Let him get you with that quick first step. And nice crossover, and he put Augmon to sleep, and right there he's at the rim.
Some of the fans here wanted a flagrant as the foul was a little close to Grant's head. That turnover story. Blazers with one more following the Montrose steal. Hill, little up and under, and it looks like he drew another foul. That is also on Stacey Augmon, and that'll put the Blazers over the limit. So Grant Hill at the line to shoot 1 plus the penalty.
Well, the story with big scorers, you know, as a defender, they're going to get a lot of opportunities to look at the basket. What you want to try to do is keep them in front of you and then keep them off the free throw line. You don't get 26 a night without getting a lot of opportunities from the free throw line.
Shooting a high percentage, 80.7 from the stripe and 48.8 from the floor. Misfiring on the second, and Augmon the rebound. Final minute, first quarter from the Palace of Auburn Hills. Blazers by 6. They've led by as many as 8. Arvidas feeding Damon. Chavez. Bonzi. 5 on the clock. It's a 3. Montrose the rebound. Crotty was looking to push, but the transition defense for Portland was back. Grant Hill giving it up. Getting it back, but not expected. 10 on the clock. And Hill's fadeaway is in. The story goes, Grant Hill and his wife, Tamaya Washington, went to Greece for their honeymoon. And on the honeymoon, Grant's first question was, is there a gym here? He spent a lot of time in the offseason perfecting his outside shot. Said he had to relearn much of the mechanics that had been ingrained since childhood. Blazer lead trimmed to 4.
I believe that story.
Damon. Bonzi runs down the rebound. Misfires as the quarter comes to a close. Blazers with a 4-point lead after 12 minutes. Rasheed Wallace with 8. Blazers lead at 21-17.
Think we've been driving too long.
The polar bears are starting to look good.
The highest ground clearance in its class. A powerful V6 engine. Endless possibilities.
Phil Wick started changing tires for Les Schwab over 30 years ago. Today, he's president.
I always remember what Les taught me. Treat our customers like you treat your mom and dad.
We did it then, we do it now. You come in, we come running. Everything we do backed in writing with the Les Schwab warranty.
It all adds up to providing value for the money our customers spend.
Les Schwab, over 300 stores built on a one-store promise.
And like Les says, if we can't guarantee it, we won't sell it.
Can't sleep.
Listen,
Rain?
not just any rain. It's our rain. On our roof.
couple spend their first night in a home of their own.
Think it'll rain all night?
I hope so.
Call the Fannie Mae Foundation for a free guide to help put you on the path to home ownership and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
Tonight's game is brought to you by GTE, proud sponsor of the Portland Trail Blazers. By Franz and Williams Bakeries, a family of good breads. By Southwest Airlines, with fares so low you have the freedom to go places. And by 76, we're proud sponsors of the Portland Trail Blazers. The Palace of Auburn Hills, the scene. The Blazers lead it by 4, thanks to 56% shooting in the first quarter. And Portland also, should be noted, 7 assists on 10 made baskets. R.Wallace doing the majority of the damage with 8 points in that first quarter. In that last timeout, Rasheed said to his teammates, he said, you gotta help Stacy on Grant Hill. Fans, a reminder that it is C's Candy Night at the Rose Garden Tuesday, March the 14th, when the Blazers take on the Sacramento Kings. Limited tickets remain. Call 224-4400. Blazers Kings on C's Candy Night. Scottie Pippen returns to the Blazers lineup. Greg Anthony in for his first action of the night, joined by Wells, Schrempf, and Sabonis. Grant Hill behind a Montross screen. That one off the heel, and Pippen the rebound. Lindsey Hunter back in to check Greg Anthony. Pippen on the feed to Arvidas. Scottie thought about the three, driving on Grant Hill. Tough shot off the window.
Grant Hill's a very good all-around player, and if you're going to help yourself with him, you've also got to attack him at the offensive end of the floor. First shoot for Pippen tonight.
Curry. Schrempf the rebound, and Detlef playing important minutes in the second half of Thursday's game at Indiana. And right now, Portland just destroying Detroit on the board. Scottie, a three. Montross grabs that miss. Pistons on the season usually out-rebounded about 2.5 a game, so this is not surprising. Lindsey Hunter's three is in. Hunter, a 43% shooter from downtown, the best for Detroit. Schrempf, his pull-up is blocked by Jerome Williams.
There's the energy from Jerome Williams, because clearly out of the play, just continue to run, chasing the offensive effort of Detlef Schrempf. Schrempf doesn't know he's there, and he gets a piece of it as the ball gets in the air.
16 to shoot. Bonzi behind a Sabis screen. Looking to work on Curry. Nice spin move by Bonzi in the finger roll. Hunter quickly the other way. On the pitch out to Grant Hill. Arvidas deflected it. Lindsey again from three, and again. Lindsey last night, 2 of 8 from downtown in the win over Vancouver. The Pistons got off to a strong start, forcing 14 turnovers from the Grizzlies and building a big lead, and they never looked back.
Well, they try to double the ball. They want you to quick shoot the ball from the outside. That gives them a chance to rebound the ball. Greg Anthony answered with a three-point field goal.
Hunter spinning by Greg. Lindsey gives it up. Williams in deep, and Arvidas clears it for Portland. Schrempf flying on the wing. Bonzi, double clutch, won't fall. A good look from Detlef to Bonzi. He's fouled. He'll shoot a pair when we come back. 9:20 to go, second quarter. Blazers lead the Pistons 28-23.
Look at that. They changed the Camry.
Introducing the newly updated Camry.
I like it.
Policemen, firemen, the mayor of my town. The dude's hanging off with a paper truck. Mr. Chang, down at the local deli, sells me morning coffee, wishes me good luck. This is for the people in my neighborhood. They help me through the day and make me feel good. This bus for you. And you and you and you. This bus for you.
Hello?
Put nacho cheese sauce on the chalupa.
What?
Put nacho cheese sauce on the chalupa, or else.
Or else what?
I'll have to call you back.
Introducing the new Nacho Cheese Chalupa. We took everything that was great about the chalupa and added warm, zesty nacho cheese sauce. How do we come up with this stuff? And at just 99 cents, you'll love it or your money back. Grande taste, loco value. Only at Taco Bell.
Rebound located in the Rose Quarter Commons is the official orthopedist of your Portland Trail Blazers. Call 503-REBOUND for all your orthopedic needs. Steve, you had said in your keys, Blazers need to attack the rim. Last couple trips, Bonzi's done that.
Well, if you go and move the ball, move people, you're going to get a chance to go to the rim. You'll end up getting not only a high percentage shot, but a chance to go to the free throw line. And, you know, if the Pistons get in trouble defensively, that's where they hurt the most is, you know, they try to make you play outside in, and they will gamble out on the perimeter. Now they're reaching on all the other players that are moving toward the basket.
Bonzi will shoot a pair, and you get the view from the 800.com Slam Cam. 800.com, electronics, and more. Bonzi with 29. In Thursday's loss at Indiana, he was 5 of 8 from the stripe, and the one that he rused the most is the miss with 12.5 that would have given the Blazers a lead. He makes a pair here, and the Blazer lead is 7. Blazers have led by as many as 8, the Pistons by as many as 4. Grant Hill, quick crossover.
That's why they put the ball in Hill's hands, because he can get to the rim, he can make a play for himself, and then he'll pass and give someone else an opportunity. Good pressure on Pippen.
Feeding Bonzi against Stackhouse. Reposting Bonzi, Hill on the double. Bonzi finding Greg for a 3. Offensive rebound. Bonzi in deep, laying it in. Bonzi Wells going strong to the glass.
I guess they didn't read the scouting report on Wells in that he just has a nose for the ball. You've got to keep a body on him at the offensive end, otherwise he'll come up with an offensive rebound.
Grant Hill had a notion he'll send it over Scotty and hit.
Now, before he got that jump shot, that's the way you played him. You wanted to play him out on the perimeter, force him to shoot that shot. Now he's making it. You're going to have to close.
Pippen on the move against Laettner. Schrempf gathers it. Can't finish. Pistons with it. Lindsey Hunter has hit a couple of threes. This is a 2. Bonzi the rebound. Bonzi looking to push, but out of bounds. I beg your pardon, a foul. Tripping foul, Terry Mills. Second Piston foul of the quarter, and Rasheed Wallace will return.
Sabonis goes down.
We'll also get our first look at Mikey Moore, number 31, second-year man out of Nebraska. Playing the middle as Terry Mills will sit down. Moore is a fan favorite because of his hustle. Hill and Pippen. A couple of all-time greats staring each other down. Bonzi will send it from the baseline. Greg Anthony deflects it out of bounds. Detroit ball. Mike Dunleavy making the call for Jermaine O'Neal. Pistons within 5. Stackhouse over Schrempf. Stackhouse with 6. Portland lead is 3.
The idea of this pressure is to make Portland play quicker. They want to see the ball come up from the outside, then they'll try to get it, run it back the other way.
Scotty forced to go to the jump hook. Grant Hill running the wing, and a Blazer foul. Jack Neese makes the call against Greg Anthony, his first, and it's also the first Blazer foul here in the quarter.
And since they want to press, Portland should be thinking, run right at them and get the ball to the basket, get the layup, or get to the free throw line themselves. Their idea is to get you playing the game at the pace that they want and they feel most comfortable with.
Hill with the miss. Jermaine into the ball game. 4 points, 2 rebounds in 15 minutes Thursday night at Indiana. Hill splits the pair. 2-point ball game. Greg Anthony looking to get by Hunter. Bonzi with 9.
Yeah, but see how much room they give Bonzi. Well, they don't want him to drive the ball. They're going to get a foul, touch foul against Stackhouse.
And check on Stackhouse. Blazers have it when we come back. Blazers also have a 2-point lead.
Absolutely stunned. They're the most amazing producers in the WNBA. Beautiful, beautiful. Unbelievable. She put it in. And the Liberty win game 2.
A lot has changed since 1906, unless you consider Fran's bread. Back then, we baked bread as a family with as much love and pride and heritage as we could fit into each and every loaf. That's how we baked it in 1906, and that's how we bake it today. Fran's has always believed that a company that bakes as a family can take pride in products made for a family. Fran's bread. Good taste runs in the family.
Honey?
Yeah.
It's down.
Baby? Down.
It's down. That's down, all right.
Yeah. I swear this never happened before.
It's down.
Hold on.
It's down.
It's way down.
Sometimes down is good. Presenting Mercata, the new way to shop where prices go down while you watch. The more people who buy, the lower the price.
Let's do it again.
Try prices down at Mercata.com.
Fans, if you can't make it to the Rose Garden on Tuesday to see the Blazers take on the Kings, order the game on Blazer Vision pay-per-view by calling your local cable operator. And also catch our new show, McDonald's Home Court. Blazers and Kings on Blazer Vision. Portland has cooled here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Meanwhile, Detroit at 56% in the quarter. R.Wallace was hot in the first. See if the Blazers can get it to him.
They know Stackhouse has got 2 fouls. You want to attack him if you possibly can. Get a third, get him out of the ball game. Pippen, 3 on the clock.
Greg. I thought Greg was going to go with a 3, and the Blazers turn it over on a shot clock violation. Damon Stoudemire, Steve Smith moving to the scorer's table. Detroit taking good care of the basketball with just 3 turnovers, 5 for the Blazers. Laettner against Wallace. Duke in North Carolina. Bonzi pokes at it. Stackhouse from the corner. Pippen the rebound, but Mikey Moore knocked it away, and Detroit will control. Bonzi Wells checking Stackhouse. Midway point, second quarter. Laettner will go to the line to shoot 2. Jermaine O'Neal the foul.
They beat the Trailblazer defense with a little dump pass inside. And always the concern of people that are defending against Stackhouse and Hill is you get so focused on making sure that they don't get inside. You run, you help, leave somebody else open, and Laettner is the beneficiary. He gets the first free throw.
Michael Curry will return to the ball game, and Grant Hill will sit down for George Irvin, the interim head coach of the Detroit Pistons. Rumors, of course, circulating about who will be the coach next season, as George Irvin does not want the job on a long-term basis. 2 free throws by Laettner, and we're even at 32. Pippen against Stackhouse. 10 to shoot. Scotty says, I'm going to take it, and a whistle. Foul's going to be on Curry. That's his second, and 4 against the Pistons. Blazers, meanwhile, just 2 team fouls here in the quarter. Damon doubled. Rasheed on the move. Steve. Laettner the rebound. Pistons looking for their first lead of the second quarter. Lindsey's 3 is off. And the rebound to Rasheed Wallace. And they're going to call a carry on Scottie Pippen. Laettner swiped at it. Blazers want a foul, but it's a turnover.
High dribble by Pippen, and the Pistons get it back. And in this period, what the Pistons have done against Portland is attack with their defense. Stackhouse comes out with the 3 offensively.
Stackhouse, just a 27% shooter from downtown, and he triples the Pistons up 3.
Whenever they can, they attack at the point who has ever got the ball, and they force him to shoot the ball or pass the ball from the perimeter. S.Smith with a miss.
Blazers gone ice cold here in the second quarter. Stackhouse. 5 straight points for Stackhouse. And that's the Detroit lead.
As soon as they get Portland to pick the ball up, which is what they want, then they're looking to get back in rebound position. To counter that, Portland needs to have somebody cutting to the basket. 5 on the clock.
Rasheed will tee up a 3, and it's through. Rasheed Wallace continues to be on fire, and he triples the Blazers within 2.
Turnover.
Scotty pokes it away from Laettner, and Laettner will pick up the foul, trying to get it back. Arvydas Sabonis will return for the Blazers. Jermaine O'Neal will take a seat. Penalty is in effect, so the Blazers shooting 1+ the penalty with 4:13 to go in the second. The Pistons have scored 12 of the last 15 in the last 4 minutes. Damon, the top free thrower for the Blazers at 84.1. Mike Dunleavy doing a little lobbying. Damon good with a pair.
You know, the last time the Trailblazers lost a couple of ball games down in Dallas and Houston, they really came out with the fire and energy, and they haven't had that so far against the Pistons. Hunter to the rim.
Damon trying to respond as the Pistons have regained the lead.
Hunter 8 in the quarter, but they have been scoring the ball. They're going to get a foul against Moore.
Mikey Moore picks up the foul against Rasheed. Moore, as we said, an excitable player. In fact, he scored a career-high 15 against Denver on Wednesday. Got so excited after one dunk, he chest bumped Jerome Williams and knocked the junkyard dog to the deck.
With Wallace shooting the ball so well, you know that he's going to be a primary concern for George Irvin. They're going to try to keep the ball out of his hands, try to keep him from getting scores and stay off the free throw line. He gets 1 of 2.
Stackhouse on the move and an offensive foul. Scottie Pippen stood in, and Stackhouse picks up number 3. Grant Hill stay on the bench is a short one. He'll come in for Stackhouse.
Now, Stackhouse was just beginning to do some damage in the quarter, so getting him down certainly should help Portland in the final 3:46. They bring in Hill, who is just as dangerous, but without the tandem out on the floor, you really only have to focus on Hill and making everybody else play from the outside.
Rasheed. Grant Hill the rebound. Illegal screen, Christian Laettner. Mike Dunleavy screamed across the floor, and the call was made as Laettner was not set while trying to set the screen. Laettner's second. In football, that's a legal play, but not legal in basketball as Laettner gets the forearm up. Blazers looking for the lead. Steve Smith against Curry. Blocked out of bounds by Mikey Moore. That's why they love him here in Detroit.
Well, most guys that have any kind of leaping ability are good off the ball, and you could just see him hanging around, and Steve Smith not aware of that extra defender, doesn't have a chance to do anything else offensively, but see it slapped away.
10 to shoot. Arvidas has to save it near the midcourt stripe. Scottie. Got it. Blazers back in front 40-39 on the Pippen hoop. Inside of 3 minutes to go, second quarter. So after Detroit took a 5-point lead, the Blazers have responded. Hill's pull up.
Hill, the leading scorer in the ball game, 7 in the first, 7 in this quarter so far, but they are giving him that jump shot. He's making them pay.
Scottie got by Grant Hill in the paint, scooping, scoring, and a foul. 2:24 to go in the half. Blazers lead at 42-41.
Wanna find a number out of town, GTE has got it down. 411, 411. Whether Tampa Bay or East LA or all across the USA. 411, 411. Don't need no area codes to search from coast to coast. 411, 411, 411. GTE National Directory Assistance. Find anyone, anywhere.
The world is very large, and it spins very fast. Every once in a while, however, something unusual happens. We slow down. We come together. And that is when the Earth really starts spinning. That's why we are doing what we can to make it easier for the human race to stay united.
Fred is great. He always wants to play. Just look at him go. He's got so much energy, but he sure can work up quite a thirst. That's why I give him Budweiser. It's made with only the choicest hops and barley, and it's got a clean, crisp taste that he loves. I wouldn't give him anything less.
Well, what looked like a good effort by Scottie Pippen bringing the ball to the hoop has been taken away as Mike Moore was just in front of the dotted line and got the charge to go against him. And all of the Trailblazers wanted to know whether he was in or out. He was just in front of the line. So Pippen, who had the drive and the hoop go in, gets nothing for the play, and the Pistons will get possession of the ball.
Offensive foul on Scottie is his first foul of the night.
What Portland can't do, because they've lost a little bit of their energy from that first quarter of play, start looking in the direction of the officials and play through. Pippen had a tough time in Indiana, as well as a lot of the other Trailblazers, and When you start focusing that way, you forget what you have to do to put your opponent away. Portland has plenty of time to get control of the remaining 2:30 here in the quarter.
Grant Hill against Scottie Pippen. Mikey Moore taking the feed, scoring, and foul. Arvydas Sabonis the foul. And no basket. They called the foul on Arvydas right there.
Those kinds of plays happen, though, because you don't have pressure on the passer. You're not supposed to be able to spot a cutter that clean to the hoop. The concern is Grant Hill right now.
Bumping Scottie Pippen, offensive foul, Grant Hill. Scottie for the second time tonight taking the charge. Hill's first foul of the night.
Hill forcing the issue right here and hoping that things are going to go his way, but the baseline is closed off and Pippen gets a break.
Blazers looking for the lead. Final 2 minutes and change here of the second quarter at the Palace of Auburn Hills.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Arvydas, good position, trying to muscle it up. Mike Dunleavy screaming for a loose ball foul. Scottie Pippen's got it and throws it off of Grant Hill. It'll be Blazer basketball with a fresh shot clock. Neither coach is happy. Nobody's happy with that call. Blazers will take possession in a fresh shot clock. Scottie out of the double. Here's Damon. Arvydas wide open.
Good hustle by Damon to keep Grant Hill from getting that ball and busting out. But right now they've got the Blazers playing outside in and a little tentative about where to attack. And that's what's hurting them in terms of shooting a better percentage. As I said earlier, quicker ball movement, player movement, and the kind where you're cutting to the basket will take away that double-teaming pressure from the outside.
And as you saw, the rebounding edge, which was much larger in favor of the Blazers, has been closed significantly. Mike Dunleavy says they're going to run the same play they did last time. Mikey Moore looking to go one-on-one. Nearly had it taken away.
8 on the clock for Grant Hill. Tough position for Damon to keep him from getting a shot in the air.
I'll tell you what, Grant Hill has really improved the outside shot. 7 of 8 tonight. Hill with 16 to lead everybody. And this has not been a good shooting quarter for the Blazers.
Yeah, but it's been because of the defensive pressure and the lack of real good ball movement by Portland. Moore knocked that one away, but Sabonis gets it back.
Detroit survives and thrives on its high energy. Arvydas giving the Blazers a 16-10 edge in the paint.
If you're playing a team that plays that way, you have to match them with that kind of energy and intensity.
Offensive foul. Blazers will get it back. Jerome Williams, the offensive foul. Blazers will get it back with a chance for the lead, 35.8.
They try to do is get screens, and the big men move a lot. So they're trying to find a place to seal off and let Grant Hill drive the ball.
Steve Smith in the middle. Score it for Steve. Blazers lead it by 1.
Now that play is there for them all night long, and they have to aggressively look for it. The easiest thing to do is to settle for that perimeter shot.
Hunter on the move, lost it. Damon up ahead of Scottie. Good if it goes. It does not. First half comes to an end. 24 minutes in the books. The Blazers lead it by 1. 44-43 from the Palace.
Can Sprite make you a more extreme mountain biker? Not if you don't stay on your bike. All Sprite does is quench your thirst.
Maybe those sharp, pointy rocks will stop them.
Oh. Nope.
The competition for food is violent and dangerous for young adults and cubs alike. The feast is a frenetic free-for-all, and the dominant male...
Chill out, tough guy. It's all me. It's all me.
Case closed.
Oh, no.
It's good to have you home, sweetie.
Fly coast to coast for $99 or less when you purchase tickets by March 22nd. On sale only at www.southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
There's nothing like your Northwest McDonald's for a warm smile, good food, and great value. And there's nothing like Wednesdays when you can get our original McDonald's hamburger for only 29 cents. Or Sundays when you can get our classic cheeseburger for only 39 cents. Or Tuesdays for our crispy 6-piece chicken McNuggets for only 89 cents. There's nothing like McDonald's for great deals. 29-cent hamburger Wednesdays, 39-cent cheeseburger Sundays, and 89-cent 6-piece chicken McNuggets Tuesdays. Did somebody say McDonald's?
Tonight's game is brought to you by Sprite. Obey your thirst. Sprite. By Alaska Airlines. For the same price, you just get more. And by the Fannie Mae Foundation, showing America a new way home. We are at the Palace of Auburn Hills, and we invite you to check out www.mercata.com for tonight's Mercata Power Buy of the game. Go to the Power Buy Center, where you'll find a Panasonic family-sized microwave oven with a large 1.3 cubic foot cooking capacity. The current price is $131.44, and dropping. That price is $38.51 below the retail price. Mercata has thousands of items in a variety of categories, all available at www.mercata.com, where the more Blazers fans buy, the lower the price. Halftime at the Palace of Auburn Hills. The Pistons celebrating the 1990 World Championship, the 10th anniversary, so the lights are down. The celebration continues here at the Palace. Blazers lead it by 1. And during tonight's halftime, we're going to bring you a feature that you may have seen before, but we felt it was important to make it available to you again. Bobby Phills of the Charlotte Hornets was killed tragically earlier this season. Kendall Phills, his widow, sat down and talked for the first time about the tragedy with NBC.
He started harassing me in class, asking for little kisses. The teacher was the high school coach, and he arranged for us to be at the same time at the same place. And we shared a little kiss. And that was the beginning of our fairy tale love story. When I got married and I got into the NBA, I would talk to other wives, and I would hear all these horrible NBA stories like, your husband did what? I'm going to have to go through this too. And I was always paranoid and insecure. And the first 2.5 years of our marriage, I'm like, we're not going to make it. I remember I just hit rock bottom with my pregnancy with Trey, and I'm like, I can't take this anymore. You know, I'll go my way, you go your way. And we're like, no. Bobby said, we got married. We took these vows, and we're going to honor our vows, and we're going to be married forever. We're going to grow old and gray together is what he would say.
We regret to pass along to you that Charlotte Hornets forward Bobby Phills apparently dead from an accident, a car accident.
Initial indications are that Mr. Phills was traveling at a very high rate of speed.
I get to the scene of the accident, and I remember seeing Eldon Campbell crying, Eddie Jones crying, and I gave them eye contact. Where's Bobby? And they looked away. No one looked at me. No one could look me in my eye. I just looked over, and I saw his car, and I saw Bobby in his car with that sheet over his head, and I lost it.
She went to the car, and she kissed her husband and turned around and just screamed, it's not fair, it's not fair, it's so unfair.
I just tried to get to his body, because the first thing I'm thinking, no, he can't be dead. This is not how he's supposed to die. I didn't get to say, I love you this morning, Bobby. I didn't get to kiss Bobby this morning. And from that day, a part of Kendall died. I literally died. A part of me died. And I'm this new woman. And my girlfriends look at me now like, Kendall's not safe. No, I'm not. I'm not. Stronger. God-fearing.
Sad?
Yeah. I get frustrated. I get frustrated when I have to take the trash out. I'm angry because this is Bobby's job. When I have to talk to the financial advisor. When I have to play basketball with Trey. I get frustrated, but it's because I miss Bobby.
The thing I think I missed most about Bobby was his smile. He just had an infectious smile, just brightened up the room every time you saw him.
The hardest part is answering the questions of my little ones, especially my 3-year-old Trey. He'll say, Mom, can I be your husband since Dad's gone? He's playing with his toys. He's serious. And I looked, I was like, no, Trey, you can't be my husband, but you're the man of the house now. Well, who am I going to have now since Dad's gone? Are you going to get a new husband, Mom? Like, no, Mom's not going to get a new husband. So you remember how Daddy got killed, Trey?
Mm-hmm.
How?
He got into a car accident.
He did? Why? What was he doing?
He was driving too fast in his Porsche.
He was driving too fast in his Porsche?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Mommy always asks you to wear your seatbelt, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be careful.
Mm-hmm. How have you come to terms with the way in which he died?
I realized that Bobby was God sent. And it's going to be a time when we all have to go.
Driving that fast, it didn't bother you? You knew he drove fast.
Didn't bother me at all. Didn't bother me at all.
Mm-hmm. Some people looking on the outside might wonder if there was a part of you that was angry.
No.
You know, with the way he went.
I'm not angry. I'm not angry at anyone. I'm not angry at God. I am so at peace. I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I'm going to be all right. I have to make so many decisions now. One after another. I'm on the phone with my attorneys every day, and I have to make big decisions. And I just look at a picture in the house of an expression Bobby have, and I feel like, okay, that means no. Or at the time, if I'm in the kitchen, I'm thinking, what should I do about this situation here? And I look at Bobby's picture, and he has this big Kool-Aid grin. And I'm like, that means yes, Kendall. So I feel his presence throughout my house. It's like he's right there with me. We're all going to see him again. And that's the good part about it. It's not easy, but it's worth it. It's going to be worth it in the end.
This is your wake-up call. Circle K coffee, made from 100% Arabica beans. Fresh ground and fresh brewed every 30 minutes or less. So at Circle K, it's always fresh, 24 hours a day, guaranteed. Circle K coffee. No matter when you wake up, it's the freshest coffee going.
Hello?
Put nacho cheese sauce on the chalupa.
What?
Put nacho cheese sauce on the chalupa, or else.
Or else what? I'll have to call you back.
Introducing the new nacho cheese chalupa. We took everything that was great about the chalupa and added warm, zesty nacho cheese sauce. How do we come up with this stuff? And at just 99 cents, you'll love it or your money back. Grande taste, loco value. Only at Taco Bell.
Policeman, fireman, the mayor of my town. The dude's hanging off of the paper truck. Mr. Chang, down at the local deli, sells me morning coffee, wishes me good luck. This is for the people in my neighborhood. They help me through the day and make me feel good. This spot's for you. And you and you and you. This spot's for you.
At the end of the first half, the Blazers with 3 steals compared to 2 by the Pistons, and the Blazers lead at 44-43. That steal statistic means that Spirit Mountain's pick of the game has come true, so Spirit Mountain will donate $5,000 to W.L. Henry Elementary School's Smart Reading Program. As you all know, the WNBA is coming to Portland. They'll start play in this summer. Ann Schatz sat down and talked to Molly Goodenbauer about the season.
Wow, back in Portland, this time with the Fire. That's pretty exciting. I don't know if you're thinking about the season right now, May, or all the hoopla that's going on at this very moment, getting the good word out, getting folks, well, encouraged about the team more than anything else.
Yeah, with Veterans Camp just concluding, we had a chance to kind of focus on basketball and play a little bit and get into that groove, see where we were at, and it was really helpful with my knee to see where I was at with my rehab. And now the focus again kind of shifts to getting ourselves back out in the community and really spreading the word, making people aware that there's another team back in Portland again.
You speak about summer basketball. The fact that basketball is just back here in Portland, period, is such a great thing. You know this town supports Portland, having played with the ABL franchise. You've got to be excited about what's ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Portland and the Northwest, Portland, Seattle, all very supportive of all their sports, I think. And women's basketball has been something that they were very willing to support with the ABL. People came out to, we had a lot of real loyal supporters at our games, and hopefully the year-long break in there will not scare those people away. They'll come back and support the WNBA team as well.
Do you have to kind of re-educate them? Hey, we're here for you. This is a whole new league. This is the real deal. Do you have to kind of get that word out too?
Yeah, I think some of the fans, like I said, were very loyal ABL fans, and maybe a little bit holding on to the ABL tradition and not as willing to embrace the WNBA. But it's women's basketball. It's the same players, and we're all excited about just having an opportunity to play, and we hope that they'll be receptive to that and that they'll come out and want to watch us play, because it's the same product we're putting on the floor. It's good basketball, and we're excited to be back in Portland.
You gave up the game for about a year, and that league folded, and to have you re-up your career again, personally, what does that mean to you?
My career has been kind of funny. There have been times where, I thought my opportunities would be done. The year that the ABL ended, I was not playing in the league, didn't know if I'd be back in the WNBA, didn't know exactly what I was going to do. I was coaching, working on my master's degree, and was happy doing that. Then had an opportunity to play with the WNBA team in Sacramento last year and tore my ACL 2 weeks into the season. So again, thought maybe that would be the end of my career. Right. And then the expansion draft happens in December, and Portland picks me up. So every time I kind of think that I'm going to be done playing, something new comes up for me. So I'm going to keep playing until they tell me they don't want me anymore.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Yeah. Lucky us, we're glad to have you, and keep up the good work. And we'll check in with you throughout the remainder of the men's season. Right. The WNBA kicking off awful darn soon. Thanks, Mel, for being with us. Appreciate it.
The Portland Fire of the WNBA beginning play this summer. We're at the Palace of Auburn Hills. The Pistons are celebrating the 10th anniversary of their 1990 NBA title. At the half of tonight's game, the Blazers lead the Pistons. It's 44-43. First half highlights are on the way on the other side of this break on the Pistons Blazers Television Network.
This is your wake-up call.
Circle K coffee, made from 100% Arabica beans. Fresh ground and fresh brewed every 30 minutes or less. So at Circle K, it's always fresh, 24 hours a day, guaranteed. Circle K coffee. No matter when you wake up, it's the freshest coffee going.
Sunday at 8:30, 7:30 Central. NBC proudly presents Academy Award winner Al Pacino and Johnny Depp.
Nobody can touch you now because I represent you.
I got him. An FBI agent so deep inside the mob, he may never get out.
I want to know where my husband is.
We have got to pull him out. The Oscar-nominated network premiere based on a true story.
You stabbed the wrong guy in the back.
Donnie Brasco, NBC Sunday at 8:30, 7:30 Central. Parental discretion advised.
This is the coast that's cherished by the tribe that built the casino, that created the fund, that gives to the program, that gathers the people, that clean up the coast.
Cleaning up Oregon's beaches and rivers in a partnership with Solve. Another example of giving back to Oregonians by the Grand Ronde Tribe and Spirit Mountain Community Fund.
With AT&T Digital One Rate, this is no ordinary phone. It's my you can reach me in Austin, then Denver, then Philly phone. My hey, let me pick up the kids today phone. My I'm working from home today phone. My hey honey, Michael made black belt phone.
The world of wireless has changed. AT&T Digital One Rate. No roaming or long distance charges across 50 states. And now you can have AT&T Digital One Rate starting at $59.99 a month.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
44-43. Blazers lead the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Time now for our Aflac trivia question. What well-known college basketball announcer was once the head coach of the Detroit Pistons? We'll answer that later on in tonight's halftime. Right now, Blazers lead it 44-43. We talked about the Blazers trying to do some business inside. The Pistons not a strong shot blocking team, and Rasheed Wallace answered the challenge.
Well, Rasheed Wallace got off to a real good start, able to go inside and outside and almost get a scoring opportunity whenever he wanted. And I think they have to remember that Wallace shooting the ball well, so you want to make sure that the defense reacts to him, and then they can make some plays for some other people. But most of Rasheed's shots have come on top of the defense. You'd still like to see him be able to get that ball inside a little bit more against them. But he's making shots, and that's the most important thing.
Now, the other big fella for the Portland Trail Blazers, Arvydas Sabonis, also playing well, as really Detroit doesn't have anybody that can match up with him.
Well, size has always been a problem for the Pistons. They've been hunting for a center or somebody that can be a force for them in the middle. And when Sabonis moves himself and moves in the direction of the hoop, it's too much for the Pistons. You're either going to get a good score or you're going to get a chance to go through the free throw line. But again, you've got to work to get that opportunity. So Sabonis has got to be willing to be a little bit more aggressive at the offensive end to make it easier for himself and his team. You see the shots that he's made, the ones he's missed have all come from outside.
Steve Smith was trying to be aggressive on the offensive end. Unfortunately, picked up a couple of early fouls, but he's playing in front of the home folks, wants to show well.
Well, I don't think with Steve Smith, you can give up on yourself. You've got to continue to attack it. If you get a couple of charges, so be it, but keep the defense on their heels. And Steve Smith needs one of those kinds of games where he's got his opponent under control and not letting the officials dictate things to him, because that's what's kept him down in terms of numbers and being able to be in the big moments for the Trailblazers in the last couple of games. Shot for Steve Smith, and you've just got to like the attitude that Steve has got to be attacking and putting the heat on the defense of the Pistons.
Grant Hill, one of the versatile players in the NBA, clearly an NBA All-Star, first team in the Eastern Conference All-Star team, and he showed every bit of that in the first half.
Well, Grant Hill showed the new improvement in his game, which is the ability to beat you over the top. Before, give him the jump shot, make him have a steady diet of nothing but perimeter play. You then mix that in with his ability to find his own way, dance to the bucket. It's a tough night. He shot the ball extremely well in that first half, and all the defender can do is make him work harder. Hill, big numbers in the first half on short scoring opportunities, and I'm sure Dunleavy is saying, if we don't do anything, let's double him early, get the ball out of his hands.
Now, Jerry Stackhouse A couple of early misses, some foul problems, but again, he and Grant Hill, one of the more lethal tandems in the NBA.
Well, they both have the confidence of the coach, and they both have the green light. And this green light has really helped Jerry Stackhouse. Stackhouse has always been a great open court player and electrifying above the rim. But, you know, his shot selection is improved. He's still not a great deep shooter, but if he gets a little rhythm and a little confidence up, you know, he's going to look to knock it down from the outside, which then builds up things for that drive and a chance to get to the free throw line. Two guys that work together like that make it very difficult for a team to defend them. The hope is to keep them shooting over the outside for the second half of this game.
Stackhouse will begin the second half of play with 3 personal fouls, so we'll keep an eye on that. More coming up from the Palace of Auburn Hills, where the Blazers lead Detroit by 1.
How do you enhance a V8 engine that produces 245 horsepower? A chassis that can haul up to 2,000 pounds? Or brakes that have 4 piston calipers? Simple. Add about 6 pounds of steel. Toyota Tundra, Motor Trend Truck of the Year, and 4-Wheel and Off-Road Magazine's 4x4 of the Year.
A garden lets you see the changing seasons. Lets you enjoy their seamless, timeless rhythm. The joy of gardening. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Taco Bell, home of the Chalupa. By the AT&T Family Plan. Talk all you want, your family, AT&T Wireless Services. By Toyota, making it happen every day. By Fred Meyer Stores, where one-stop shopping saves you time and money. And by Les Schwab Tire Centers. If we can't guarantee it, we won't sell it. The celebration is over in Detroit. Time to get back down to business. Blazers with a lead at the break. More coming up after this from your local stations.
Oregon has always captivated people with its beauty and diversity. From the lush valleys to the highest mountains, Oregonians have a deep sense of pride in this place we call home. Over the next year, News Channel 8 will bring you Beautiful Oregon, a series of reports on issues that are important to Oregonians. Issues that will inspire you to make things as beautiful as they can be.
Beautiful Oregon, from PGE and News Channel 8, where the news comes first.
If you like action, you can't afford to miss the next Hollywood Squares.
You never know what to expect. That's why I always bring my lethal weapon.
It's a arresting comedy when Whoopi welcomes Danny Glover, NYPD Blues' Andrea Thompson, along with some of the biggest stars in Hollywood.
You're booked all this week on Hollywood Squares.
If laughter is a crime, get ready to do your time on the next Hollywood Squares.
They're having way too much fun on the show. Okay?
Monday at 7:30 on Northwest News Channel 8.
Blazers lead it by 1 at the half with Steve Jones, Pete Pranica. Let's check out some statistical numbers that will reflect the fact that this is indeed a real close ball game.
Interesting ball game, but as we go in the theater of the round, we try to improve things and help you understand exactly what is happening. You can actually see the numbers and how teams have shot the ball here in the first half of play, and the Trailblazers got more shots up. Offensive rebounding, Portland did a good job of chasing some of their misses. I think you can still improve in that area because they have a size advantage over the Pistons. Defensive rebound, Portland's always done a good job of limiting their opponents, and I think that's got to be the focus of the second half of play, making them a perimeter team. Free throw opportunities, both teams getting the same number, and the percentage is identical. Turnovers, and I think this is the most important thing you want to keep down against the Pistons. Don't give them cheap chances to score, and it builds up their energy because they live off of those kinds of mistakes from their opponents.
Check out our top performers from the first half, brought to you by AT&T. Rasheed Wallace, 12 points, 8 of those coming in the first quarter, 4 rebounds. R.Wallace with 7 and 3 rebounds. Steve Smith and Bonzi Wells with 6 apiece. Grant Hill leading all scorers with 16. Jerry Stackhouse with 11. Christian Laettner and Lindsey Hunter with 8 apiece. Lindsey Hunter able to hit from downtown a couple of times for that 8-point total. George Irvin, 2-0 so far in his stint as the interim head coach of the Detroit Pistons.
You know, they have said as they've gone through as we take a look at some of the scores from around the league, Orlando over Denver, and Denver fading badly here in the second half of the season. They once had some playoff hope. Phoenix, a loser last night, trying to bounce back against Dallas. Ball game is tied. Minnesota playing the Houston Rockets, and Minnesota's got some ideas that they might be able to catch the San Antonio Spurs or even the Utah Jazz.
Here you get a look at Jerry Stackhouse. While we have a moment, let's check out that Aflac trivia question. What college basketball announcer was once head coach of the Detroit Pistons? It was the awesome one, Dick Vitale. And the rise of the Pistons more or less corresponded to the fact that Dick Vitale was no longer the coach of the Pistons as Jack McCloskey took over and brought in Chuck Daly. George Irvin, though, is now the coach of the Pistons. Alvin Gentry was let go last week.
Well, both Doug Collins and Alvin Gentry said they like their players. You know, a lot of coaching is the ability to communicate and get players to play to their strengths and believe in whatever system that you have going. Terry Mills' first hoop for the night, and as it would be, an outside shot.
Terry's not much on the post-up game. He is an outside threat, however. And Detroit grabbing the early lead here in the third quarter.
Portland is starting the second half the way they started the beginning of the game, a little tentative and slow. Have to pull a trigger against the clock. Smith can't connect.
Steve's three a little too deep. Stackhouse. Laettner had a thought, but Rasheed had him cut off.
Well, he had a shot. He's going to end up taking just about the same shot. They move the ball, move him out of that spot, but he gets the opportunity to go in.
Pistons first 4 here of the third quarter, a minute and change in. Damon feeding R.Wallace against Mills. Clock's at 7. Scotty will send it from 3. It's in. Scotty triples the Blazers into a tie at 47. Laettner trying to feed Stackhouse. Shot of bounds to Detroit with 17 to shoot. Detroit shooting a strong percentage from 3. Stackhouse to inbound. Hunter against Stoudemire. Clock's at 10. Stackhouse thought he had an opening and then throws it out of bounds.
He had committed himself to the shot and then was hoping that once the defense reacted to him, he was going to be able to find Laettner. And Laettner was looking for a rebound, so Portland gets a turnover.
Detroit, their 10th. Damon. R.Wallace. Look what I found. Blazers will reset 2 minutes in. Rasheed, or I beg your pardon, R.Wallace on the post-up. Terry Mills. And a technical foul on Mike Dunleavy. Rashawn Michelle had heard all he wanted to from Mike Dunleavy. And Mike gets teed up. Grant Hill will shoot the technical.
Well, that's an indication that, you know, you're not happy with the way your team is playing. You're struggling a little bit. You've got a lot to say to the officials, and you keep chirping, and eventually they tire of hearing. So Dunleavy's got to watch himself here in the second half.
1 point Piston lead. Stackhouse, it's a 3. Steve Smith skying for the rebound. Rasheed from Steve Smith, and Rasheed sticks it again. Blazers back in front. Terry Mills. 3-ball rattling off. Stackhouse offensive rebound and a putback. Stackhouse averaging 4.2 rebounds a contest. And
the toughest thing about rebounding those kinds of shots is you never know where they're going to go. And Stackhouse just did a good job of fighting back to get that one and put it in. Portland will get it back, 15 on the clock. And again, they're just a little bit slow into getting into whatever offense they want to run against them, and they've been fighting the clock in almost every possession, looking to Wallace against Laettner.
Fox had 8 for Rasheed against Laettner. Laettner pokes it away, and Rasheed loses it out of bounds. Both teams finding it difficult to get into a flow here early in the third. Hunter feeding Laettner. Laettner on the move, nearly left the ball behind. Grant Hill from 3.
But the more you hold the ball, the easier you are to defend, the more likely the shot's going to come from the outside. Hill against the clock knocks in a 3.
Lindsey Hunter knocking it away from Damon, and again the Blazers deep in the clock, 7 to shoot. Arvidas a deep 2. Rasheed can't come up with it. It'll be Grant Hill feeding Stackhouse, feeding Mills. Blocked by Steve Smith. Crowd wants a goaltend. Blazers looking to respond. Damon. Scotty. The offensive board and the stick back.
Big save by Steve Smith the other way. I mean, he was down 3 on 1 and was able to get good timing on that shot from Terry Mills, who doesn't get off the ground, and Portland comes back with the score.
Stackhouse. Smitty poked it away, but Stackhouse regathers.
Watch out.
Oh, that was an alley-oop. That was way off the mark. Damon on a breakout. Off of Scottie Pippen's fingertips and out of bounds. Timeout called by the Pistons. 7:13 to go in the third. And the Pistons lead the Blazers. It's 53-51 Detroit.
Hey, how'd it go at the bank? Jim, the car loan. Did we get it?
How about a home equity loan?
At Bank of America, we get to know you.
Jim, honey, what's this?
We ask questions.
Car?
Right. So why not a car loan? Well, are they all out of car loans?
Then we find financial solutions that fit you.
Actually, we have plenty of equity in the house, and we could get this thing called a tax break. I mean, where is the trust?
Bank of America. Let's talk.
And now for your Franz Blazers trading card lineup. Starting now, look for the official trading cards of all your favorite Blazers players.
Your Portland Trail Blazers!
Each week, find a different Blazer card inside specially marked packages of Franz & Williams Big White Bread, Franz & Williams Cracked Wheat Bread, and specially marked packages of Archway cookies. Collect all 8 cards before they're gone. Cards available while supplies last.
I can tell by looking whether a vehicle's been driven hard or not. This guy's one of my regular customers. Scorched brake rotors, beat up oil pan, probably never takes his foot off the gas. He trusts me to make sure it performs, and I trust CarQuest Auto Parts. I mean, you never know. Someday you might need to give me a ride.
CarQuest for AC Delco Rapid Fire Spark Plugs. Older cars' engines can run rougher. Bring back that new car feel with AC Delco Rapid Fire Spark Plugs. CarQuest, a professional choice.
Let's check out the 800.com sports quiz. The question, which former Duck threw for over 250 career touchdowns in the NFL? Jack Crabtree, George Shaw, Dan Fouts, Adil Lomax. Well, Rob Gerber of Beaverton, Oregon logged on. 800.com/Rip City, and he knew it was Dan Fouts. So Rob wins a Lyra portable personal digital player, the best music and real audio and MP3, courtesy of our friends at 800.com. 800.com, electronics and more. Pistons above their seasonal average from downtown. The Blazers below.
Yeah, right now there's some unhappy Trailblazers out there, and they've got to get themselves focused on the job at hand, get off the officials, get back to attacking as Grant Hill has attacked them, and see if they can't change the complexion of the scoreboard. It's only a 3-point game.
Hill with a pair. The Pistons, who lost 7 of 10 coming out of the All-Star break, have suddenly found new life. Steve Smith. Scotty. Out of bounds.
It's a tough place to get a pass over there, and a lot of players step out of bounds. They forget where they are, but bigger yet, their shoes are very big.
What does Scotty wear, about a 16 or a size 17 or somewhere in there?
Good pressure by Pippen against Hill. And now you've got them playing against the clock and around the perimeter. 8 on the clock. Hunter.
Rising up from 3, but missing.
And every time they miss a shot like that, you've got to look to really push the ball. So Portland needs to pick up their energy and attacking down at that end of the floor. All the Pistons have done here in the third quarter is make sure they stay in front of whoever the initial ball handler is, make him take a lot of time to get into the play. Steve Smith, 7 on the clock.
Rolling through the lane. Score it for Steve. As you said, Steve, the middle of the lane is open. Steve gets there with the ball. And Scottie Pippen a foul. And Scotty about ready to get teed up as he's talking with Derek Stafford. And Derek says, I don't want to hear any more.
You know, the whole thing is as a cutter, you're supposed to be allowed to cut. Pippen and Grant Hill collided. John Crotty
into the ball game. Also into the ball game is Curry, and a loose ball foul call.
Well,
that's
Pippen
on
gave
Scotty his third.
Yeah, he gave up a foul. He knew that Curry was clean on that loose ball and wanted to make sure he didn't get a score. This ball bobbles right into the hand of Curry. Pippen knows that the Trailblazers are beat.
Blazers with 3 team fouls. Pistons yet to commit one.
They aren't doing anything. I mean, all they're doing is just staying in front, and Portland is playing over the top.
Stackhouse working on Smitty.
4 on the clock.
Crotty knows he has to do something, drives on Damon. And out of bounds to Detroit.
Good reaction by Damon to make a save against Crotty. This is a catch-and-shoot situation.
Stackhouse bumped by Sabonis, and the Blazers come away with it.
And this is the way you want to come out of the backcourt and attack them. Stoudemire.
Long gun, no. Scotty offensive rebound. Double needs a little help. Fresh shot clock for the Blazers. Pippen against Mills. Scotty on the deck to the rim, scooping and scoring. We're tied.
Well, the reason he was motioning Sabonis out of the way, he had a mismatch against Mills. He knew it could get to the middle. 7 1/4 for Pippen.
Terry Mills missing from downtown. Blazers now looking to regain the lead that they had at the half. Damon blown by John Crotty, laying it in.
Last 2 possessions, though, have been energized efforts, and that's the way that Portland is going to have to play this team the remainder of the game. Don't just be satisfied to get the ball across half court and run a play that results in a jump shot. Pippen back with the rebound.
Again, the Pistons settling for the outside jumper and coming up empty. Rasheed going glass, and the rebound to Stackhouse. Pistons looking to run. Curry bumped, scored, and he'll shoot 1. The foul is on Pippen, his 4th, and he has run into big-time foul problems here in the third. Bonzi Wells coming in.
Well, you give away a foul or 2, and then when you have to make a play and it goes against you, it puts you on the bench. Pippen had a good quarter going. 7 in the quarter for Pippen, and now he's on the bench for the final 420. Detlef Schrempf in the ball game. Arvydas Sabonis out, and Bonzi Wells on the floor as well.
And for the Pistons, Jerome Williams is in, along with Mikey Moore. Laettner and Terry Mills sit down. Curry can't convert the three-point chance. Rashid free on the baseline.
Foul on Stackhouse on the...
And they're going to call Mikey Moore. Would have been nice had it been on Stackhouse. It would have been his fourth, but it's Moore's second foul. There's a log jam there, and Moore trying to fight through the screen. Blazers have it. 14 to shoot. Schrempf looking for room to maneuver. Bonzi, the pull-up and the fill-up. Whistle blows again, and this will be a Blazer foul. Bonzi Wells, and Portland over the limit.
The hold and the pushing, and what you have to remember is, okay, who am I guarding? And how tough is Michael Curry going to be down in the post after he catches the ball? Make him prove to you that he's going to be able to be a tough post player before you start sliding him out with your body. He's not Bonzi Wells. So, you know, he's a guy that likes to face the basket, drive the ball as much as possible, shoot over the top of the defense, get 2 free throws.
Curry, who had 16 last night, has 4 tonight. And we're even at 59. Schrempf working against Jerome Williams, and Damon is fouled by John Crotty.
Pushed by Crotty.
His second Piston foul of the quarter. A lot of whistles here in the third. Rashid feeding Steve Smith. Doubled. Damon. Bonzi working on Crotty. His leader won't fall, but John Crotty picks up another foul. That's his third.
Crotty's job is to get in there and try to help out any way he can, and when you get mismatched against a player that's aggressive like Bonzi Wells, you're going to end up in a bad position. Wells on the line for a pair.
Bonzi perfect from the stripe tonight, but that one off. Grant Hill is in. Stackhouse will sit down. Bonzi misses on a pair, and Detlef got to the offensive rebound, but the Blazers can't control as Crotty feeds Mikey Moore. Blocked by Bonzi Wells, and a foul called. The Blazers cannot quite believe it.
A big-time effort by Bonzi Wells to keep Moore from getting the shot, and Bonzi is saying, you don't know, I can get up. Moore thought he had that one easy. Went right up and had it slapped back. Should have been a great defensive play by Bonzi Wells, and it was snatched away.
Bonzi certainly didn't get Moore with the body down below, and there was a lot of leather.
But that is the reason I constantly say, go to the basket, put the pressure on the officials, and they have a timeout on the floor.
Timeout on the floor. Bonzi his second. Blazers over the limit. Pistons with a 1-point lead. It's 60-59 Detroit.
The tires are here at Les Schwab Tire Centers everywhere, celebrating the West's largest tire sale, the Spring Tire Sale. In passenger and performance tires, the 800 Ultra, Spectrum, Grand Am, Proxys SZ4, the all-new ZE 326. For pickups and SUVs, Wild Country, Wildcat, Trailcat, the new SXT. All this and more on sale. Custom wheels, exciting new styles. Happening now at Les Schwab, the West's largest tire sale.
Introducing the fastest way for business owners to turn checks into cash. The new Telecheck electronic check acceptance service converts paper checks into electronic funds that go straight to your account, improving cash flow. No return checks, deposit fees, warranty claims, or hassles. With electronic check acceptance, once the check has been approved, it's Telecheck's responsibility. It's the new digital process that gives retailers the quickest access to funds. Telecheck, straight to your bottom line.
Well, when I got hurt in this work, I thought I had supplemental insurance.
Supplemental insurance? What's that? Aflac.
Well, even best insurance doesn't give you cash to cover things like lost pay, other expenses. This does.
What does? Aflac.
Shouldn't ask about it at work.
Really? And what's it called? Aflac!
Aflac. Without it, no insurance is complete.
Aflac.
Fans, catch all the excitement at a Blazers game this month. Tickets are still available for Detroit on March the 22nd and Dallas March the 30th. How do you get those tickets? It's easy. Grab the phone, 224-4400. Be part of the sixth man at the Rose Garden. Blazers later on this month. We'd like to hear your comments, your questions, your concerns about Blazer broadcasting. Just email us, tv@ripcity.com.
Well, the Trailblazers, all during that timeout, said to a man, we got to get off the officials and let's play our game and forget about whether we're getting the calls or not and get control of the tempo of the game and the scoreboard. Moore gets 2 free throws, first score here in the third quarter for Mikey Moore.
Pistons extending the defense a little bit as Crotty and Williams try to spring a trap on Damon.
Well, against pressure, once you see the pressure, you want to try to advance that ball as quickly as you can. As I said before, the Pistons have been able to keep Portland under control because they've been forcing them to play outside in.
Detlef rims out a 3. Crotty the rebound. Bonzi takes it away. Bonzi moving in on Grant Hill, scooping and scoring. Bonzi Wells fears no one. He dunked on the Admiral David Robinson down in San Antonio, and he took it right at Grant Hill. We're even at 61.
Terrific play by Bonzi Wells, just getting his hands moving, slapping at the ball on Crotty, and was able to turn it over. And Hill did the right thing. Get out of the way. Don't pick up the personal foul because you can't get that guy under control. Hill coming to the rim.
Feeding Mikey Moore, and another foul called as Moore goes to the rim, and he'll shoot 2 more free throws. Rasheed Wallace the foul.
Well, see, but Wallace is doing the wrong thing. Yeah, he fouled him. He knew he fouled him, but he also wanted to let the official know that's a foul. You don't have to do that. You know, what you need to do is turn around and make plays on the opponent the other way. They'll start giving you calls.
Moore appearing in his 8th game for the Pistons. Jack Neese, Mike Dunleavy chatting there. George Irvin, also Larry Drew and Mo McCone on the Pistons staff. Moore makes it 62-61. Blazers trying to end a 3-game losing streak and also put an end to the Pistons' 2-game winning streak. Clock's at 10 for Detlef, and a whistle blows off the ball. Offensive.
Green across on Bonzi Wells.
And Bonzi picks up his 3rd. Crotty doubled. Schrempf coming over to help. Michael Curry working against Bonzi Wells. Steve Smith knocks it away from Grant Hill. 10 to shoot. Hill over Steve Smith, and Grant Hill continues to wear out the bottom of the rim.
Well, again, the improvement in his game is the ability to make that tap. Smith is off of him, daring him to shoot it, and he's making it.
Bonzi will send it from 3. Can't get the offensive rebound. Crotty directing traffic. Pistons up 3. Mikey Moore wants to go against Rasheed Wallace. This youngster out of Nebraska, he is electric.
Well, Wallace gambled. He thought he could make the steal, and when he reached around, he opened the baseline up, and Moore went over the top. Make Moore show you he's got some game. He's got a dunk. We know that.
Steve Smith grabbed the loose ball, fired it up, couldn't get it to go. Blazers down 5 inside of a minute to go in the third. Crotty. Movement around the perimeter. Rimming off, but Mikey Moore there with the stick back. Moore had 6 last night. He's got 7 right now. Damon crossing over on Crotty, and Crotty picks up his 4th. That's the first Piston foul in the last 2 minutes. Lindsey Hunter will return.
Now, Hunter is quicker with his feet, but you watch what Rasheed does. He's got him under control. Now he's going to reach again. Now, when you miss that and there's no help, there's no way you can control that offensive player. Moore puts the hammer on it.
15 difference between the two clocks. Detroit on a 13-4 run in the last 4 minutes. Shot clock is at 5. Rasheed dunking, and he'll go to the line for a 3-point chance. That's what Rasheed's got to do, is take it strong.
Well, there was a little bit of anger, a little bit of vinegar coming out of Wallace on this effort, and that's the way you got to play it against an aggressive, attacking team, and against a player like Mike Moore, who feels, you know, I'm out here trying to make my way in the league. I got to make a name for myself. He's doing it all on hustle and energy.
Stacey Augman is in along with Greg Anthony. Damon Stoudemire and Steve Smith will take a rest. 8 of those 16 for Rasheed coming in the first quarter.
But he hasn't had many opportunities since that time, in particular here in the third. That was his first inside chance. Free throw rolls in, 5 in the quarter for Wallace. 17 on the night. Pistons will hold for what, and they put the ball in the hands of Grant Hill, who's looking at the clock. Now, what Augman should do is go right to him. Don't let Grant Hill come to him and dictate how he wants to play this last shot.
Grant Hill with the miss. Offensive rebound. That won't count. 3 quarters in the books. The Pistons have arranged a 1-point halftime deficit. They head to the fourth quarter. Blazers down 4.
Would you trust this cute little nose, these itchy eyes, these aching muscles to just any care product? You don't have to. Ask your pharmacist about Perfect Choice. Each formula is created to match the quality and integrity of national brands, and yet they cost less. They're guaranteed to give your family the care every sore throat and every little elbow deserves. Perfect Choice. Your choice for exceptional quality. Available at Fred Meyer.
With AT&T Digital One Rate, this is no ordinary phone. It's my you can reach me in Austin, then Denver, then Philly phone. My hey, let me pick up the kids today phone. My I'm working from home today phone. My hey honey, Michael made black belt phone.
The world of wireless has changed. AT&T Digital One Rate. No roaming or long distance charges across 50 states. And now you can have AT&T Digital One Rate starting at $59.99 a month.
I know that look. You're trying to decide which DVD player you should buy, aren't you? Based on your existing home theater system, be sure to get something with Dolby Digital decoding.
If learning about DVD players were this easy, you wouldn't need a place like 800.com. But it isn't. So you do.
Call me. I'll help you set it up.
800.com. Everything you always wanted from an electronics store and more.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Sprite. Obey your thirst. Sprite. By Alaska Airlines. For the same price, you just get more. And by Franz and Williams Bakeries, a family of good breads. Let's check out tonight's Mercata Power Play of the game, brought to you by Mercata, where the more Blazers fans buy, the lower the price. www.mercata.com. Bonzi Wells taking it away and finishing. Bonzi Wells picking the pocket of John Crotty, says, I'll take it myself, in on Grant Hill. And a great look from the slam cam. That our Mercata power play, in Detroit posting 25-20 for the Blazers in the quarter for a 4-point lead. shooting little to the Pistons' advantage, but not by much. Blazers have 12 minutes to wipe out a 4-point deficit.
They have plenty of time. You know, what they've got to do is start moving the ball, move themselves a little bit quicker as Jerome Williams is smothering Detlef Schrempf.
That leaves Arvidas open, but he's too strong with the jumper. Detlef offensive rebound, fresh shot clock Portland. Arvidas in deep, flips it in. Are they going to give him continuation? Apparently not. Fouls on Michael Curry as Arvidas was being held, and continuation is not allowed.
Sabonis right underneath the basket, had his arms wrapped around him before, and Curry is pointing to the ground. He knew he was beat.
Foul on Curry, his third. Scottie Pippen back in the ball game, doubled. Schrempf finds the open man, Greg Anthony. Now Bonzi works in the corner. Quick move to the baseline. Bonzi trying to force his way inside and draws a Piston foul. And 40 seconds into the quarter, Mikey Moore, the foul, his fourth and 2 against the Pistons.
But this is a perfect example of what you can do to a defense even when they're attacking. You give just a little bit of a seam on the baseline, and now the defense is beat, and Bonzi Wells is at the free throw line. So move the ball, move people a little bit quicker. You'll have an easier time of scoring the basketball.
Bonzi with a pair, Blazers within 2. Grant Hill, checked by Scotty. Now Detlef jumps out. Curry with 7 on the clock. Moore's baseline jumper is in. Oh my goodness. Mikey Moore, 7-footer out of Nebraska with 9.
So why didn't he get drafted?
Somebody wasn't scouting him. Bonzi Wells trying to cut back door, knocked away. Jerome Williams. Grant Hill. Schrempf, the rebound. And Jerome Williams trying to rip it away from Detlef. And a foul call.
You got two guys out there. Their job is to be disruptive. Moore and Jerome Williams. And Moore has been certainly the biggest plus for them tonight and has made the difference in the scoreboard so far. 70-68, 66. Portland down by 4.
Greg Anthony starting a drive. Bonzi senses an opening. Greg Anthony, Scotty, a 3. Schrempf offensive rebound. Fresh shot clock for the Blazers. Greg will try a 3. It's in. Greg triples the Blazers within 1. Whistle and a foul. Timeout has been called. Pistons lead the Blazers at 70-69.
If you appreciate the little things that make life easier, you'll love the Instant Travel Machine, a great new gadget that gets you to your gate.
Come on, Sparky.
Without the wait, only from Alaska Airlines.
Never thought we'd get that brother of yours married off.
Yeah, no kidding.
How you doing? How's the kids?
Kids are good. No, we're thinking of buying a house.
You got the down payment saved?
We're getting there.
How about your credit?
I don't know.
You don't know? You think buying a house is like buying a loaf of bread?
Understanding your credit is the first step toward owning a home. Call for the new free guide on credit from the Fannie Mae Foundation and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
Whoa!
It's okay. It's only a Corolla. Move it up!
The 2000 Corolla. Now with a VVTi engine. It's more powerful than you think.
What?
Time for the Taco Bell Slam of the Game, brought to you by Taco Bell, the home of the Chalupa. It's Rasheed Wallace packing heat against Mikey Moore. As you get to see it from every angle, thanks to executive producer-director George Wash and producer Patricia Lowry. Great camera work, great replay work. Bonzi Wells talking with Jack Neese.
A little bit more firepower coming out on the floor for the Detroit Pistons as Mills and Laettner, Hunter, Stackhouse, and Grant Hill.
That last foul before the timeout, Bonzi Wells fourth. He's still on the floor. Stackhouse being checked by Bonzi. Laettner jockeying for position against Schrempf.
8 on the clock.
Laettner tried the wraparound, taken away, and Lindsey Hunter returns the favor for Detroit. Stackhouse.
3.
The 3 ball from the side for Stackhouse. Pistons up 4. Bonzi looking to jump inside, missing, knocked down, no call. And now a whistle, and Bonzi says, that's on me. That's his 5th.
Tough call on Bonzi Wells because in driving the ball, he got knocked to the floor and never really got a chance to get out of the play.
Yeah, Stackhouse got a lot of body on Bonzi, and then Bonzi picks up the foul, his 5th. Grant Hill will get the benefit of the call and score it.
Bonzi Wells frustrated and really having a tough time responding right now to what's happening to him with the officials. Wanted to throw the headband, wanted to say something, did the better thing and said nothing. Hill misses a chance for the 3-point play.
The foul against Arvidas, his 5th. 9 minutes to go, 6-point Detroit leads. Detroit with a free throw edge. S.Smith around a Sabonis screen. Clock's at 7. Schrempf. Detlef Schrempf.
The game plan for the Detroit Pistons is to make Portland play from outside, and Portland's got to start having people cut through, not always pass the ball around the perimeter.
Lindsey Hunter working on Greg Anthony. Clock's at 10, and a foul on Greg as he was trying to stop Lindsey Hunter. That's Greg's 2nd.
14, and that's not good news for the Trailblazers. 8:22 to go. The Pistons will be shooting free throws on any other foul at their end of the floor.
And remember, the Pistons had committed the first 3 fouls of the 4th quarter. Stackhouse, tough shot. Arvidas rips down the miss. Pippen looking for a little help. Schrempf. Greg, his 3 is in. 4 minutes gone by in the quarter. Blazers within 1, courtesy of Greg Anthony's shooting.
Anthony needs a game like this to kind of re-energize him offensively and defensively. Laettner wide open.
And Laettner makes the Blazers pay for letting him alone. Detroit having another one of those quarters. They shot about 60% in the 2nd quarter. Terry Mills trying for the steal, loses it out of bounds. .12 to shoot for the Blazers. Mike Dunleavy making the play call. And I believe, is that Stackhouse holding inside? It is a foul on Stackhouse, his 4th, and it was before the ball was inbounded. That's the 4th team foul against the Pistons. And the Blazers will get it on the side.
Well, that's good news for the Trailblazers. So only just about a minute has elapsed, and the Pistons will be in a penalty as well. So there could be a lot of free throw shots to close this game out.
Detlef, it's a 3, too strong. Laettner the rebound. Stackhouse trailing will send it from 3. Greg Anthony boards the miss. Schrempf slicing through the paint. Steve Smith gets it and draws the Detroit foul.
Difference in the play, though, a quick hitting play with the defense broken, and Steve Smith will go through the free throw line. Detlef Schrempf driving the ball, and now the reaction, and that's how you get calls to go in your favor. You got to do things quickly, so Portland's got to speed it up here in the final 7 minutes of play.
Steve Smith at the line. Blazers down 3.
Okay, people, we got work to do. It's time to boogie.
5, 7, 6, 8.
We take our job as NBA dance consultants very seriously. I need more. Like this. We have to feel the music. River dance. I used to be able to do this. Nice. I like it. Woo! Give it up now. Give it up.
Are you guys sure about this?
Absolutely.
I'm used to making decisions for my family, from where we shop to where we go on vacation. But when my car had problems stopping, I wasn't sure who to trust to have it fixed. A friend of mine said, go to Les Schwab.
Les Schwab, more than just tires at 4 for $89. It's where you go for brakes, alignment, and shocks, the latest in equipment, and Les Schwab certified employees. It's why doing it right is what we do best.
Les Schwab, they're people I trust.
This is your wake-up call.
Circle K coffee, made from 100% Arabica beans. Fresh ground and fresh brewed every 30 minutes or less. So at Circle K, it's always fresh, 24 hours a day, guaranteed. Circle K coffee. No matter when you wake up, it's the freshest coffee going.
Blazers have gotten strong play from the bench. Bonzi Wells, Greg Anthony, Detlef Schrempf, they've all contributed.
When the Trailblazers have moved the ball and got the defense of the Detroit Pistons moving, they've been able to get good scoring opportunities, and that's what they've got to focus on in the final 7 minutes of the play. The Pistons are going to try to initially double the ball, and then when you move it, you want to have somebody flash into the bucket as much as you can. Portland's bench, a big advantage here in this ballgame.
Steve Smith at the line. 8 points for Steve tonight. First trip to the line. Coaxes the first one in. Steve Smith, good friends with Joe Dumars. Dumars, number 4, was retired here last night at the Pistons game against the Grizzlies. Steve and his wife, Millie, attending the ceremony. Blazers within 1. Terry Mills thought about a 3. Clock's at 7. Grant Hill double team. Mills 3. And Laettner, an offensive rebound for Detroit. Greg Anthony swatted him in the eye. Laettner will reset the Detroit offense.
Yeah, the Pistons were tentative offensively, and they ended up getting a big save on a tough shot against the clock. And that's a defense that Portland's got to throw up. Laettner on the drive.
Bumped into Pippen, but no call. And Laettner, the basket to give the Pistons a 3-point edge. Detlef thought about a 3. Will put it on the deck against Laettner and hit the floater.
I think Detlef Schrempf feels he can get to the rim anytime he wants against against Christian Laettner. So that the idea is to continue to attack. Laettner missed the follow.
Lots of contact, bodies flying, no whistles though. Blazers with a chance to grab the lead. Schrempf is wide open. Score it! Detlef Schrempf lets out a yell. Detroit calls timeout. Detlef puts the Blazers in front 81-79. It is a 20-second timeout called by George Irvin. A Jiffy Lube 20-second timeout.
Well, if you're George Irvin, the reason you called it, Christian Laettner did what most players do. He had a rebound. He missed his shot. And initially looked right at the official, and now his attention goes to the official the entire time. And you'll see Detlef Schrempf is wide open. Nobody within a couple of blocks, and he knocks that one down.
Schrempf shooting 46% from downtown, averaging 7.6 points per ball game. He's got 7 tonight.
See, and that's how quickly things can change. You get the other team looking at the officials and not focusing on the play, and the next thing you know, you're down on the scoreboard. Portland on a 12-4 run.
Terry Mills thought about a three. Laettner in deep. Harassed. Mills. Tough shot. Terry Mills leaning in. Mills just 4 points tonight. Blazers still with an edge in the paint. Greg Anthony nearly lost it. Detroit now on the attack, looking for the lead. Laettner on the step through, and a very late whistle. A very late whistle. And Detlef Schrempf the foul. That'll put the Blazers over the limit, so the Pistons shooting 1 plus the penalty the rest of the way. Rasheed Wallace is in. Arvydas Sabonis will sit down. Laettner to the line, where he is a perfect 4 of 4. George Irvin's going to go to his bench and call for Mikey Moore.
Laettner was tight with that one. You could tell the entire time. Mikey Moore coming back in the game, getting a little bit more mobility. Terry Mills goes out.
Laettner good with the second, so he splits the pair, and the Piston lead is 1. Schrempf on the move, another floater. Rasheed battling for the rebound, and the loose ball foul called against Detroit's Christian Laettner. Rasheed to the line, 1 plus the penalty with 4:32 to go.
That drive breaks everything down and gives Rasheed Wallace a chance to get the inside position, and now he's going to get pushed. As his defense reacts, Wallace steps inside. Nobody steals him off. Laettner over the back.
Rasheed was 17 on the night. Like Laettner, short with the first. George Irvin has had some cardiac arrhythmia induced by too much caffeine. A game like this might make the heart skip a beat. Rasheed good with the second. We're all even.
So what you're saying is he's off coffee?
Apparently so. But he says he doesn't sleep quite as soundly as he used to. Pippen deflecting it.
Portland's defense has gotten much more aggressive at the point of attack, and the Pistons are a lot more tentative. Grant Hill, big bucket for Hill.
Grant Hill is not tentative at all. 28. Greg Anthony around Lindsey Hunter. Clock's at 10. Rasheed Wallace against Mikey Moore. Rasheed's going to take him to the rack. Score it, and he'll go to the line for a three-point chance. What a play by Rasheed. Moore, his 5th foul.
Again, the ability to beat somebody off the dribble and then play around the defense is one of the virtues of Rasheed Wallace, and attacking Rasheed Wallace will get back to the free throw line. That's the way you put the play in your favor, a chance to put Portland up by 1 with this free throw.
Incredible body control by Rasheed. And Rasheed Wallace is the first Blazers player to score 20 points. Ray Borgen chose Scottie Pippen as tonight's first to 20. Ray, we thank you for playing, but it's Rasheed and not Scottie getting to 20. Rasheed now with 21. And the Blazers with a 1-point lead. Stackhouse looking for an opening, but Steve Smith won't give him an inch. Clock's at 3. Laettner's baseline gun rattles out. Jerome Williams still scrapping for it. Pulls down the offensive rebound. Fresh shot clock, Detroit. Laettner trying to feed Grant Hill. Stripped out of bounds off of Portland.
Now, Portland dodged a bullet on a couple of passes inside. The first one where Jerome Williams was right at the bucket and missed it. Got it back out. Then they got it back inside to Laettner. So a good defensive possession for Portland. And they'll have to go back with the same kind of energy against the clock. Grant Hill finally gets it inbounded.
Stackhouse working against Pippen, and a whistle.
Steve Smith.
Steve Smith, a foul. Steve, his 3rd. Blazers over the limit.
Steve Smith is saying, look, he's hooking me first. So you're getting the second one. Try to see the whole picture here.
Jack Neese is explaining his position. Steve explains his. Hill buries the free throw. Grant averaging 26.6.
But he's got that in plus, and it's been a quiet night. You don't think that Hill has done that much damage, but 6 1/4, 30 on the night.
Blazers down 1 coming up on the 3-minute mark. Lindsey Hunter slapping at Greg Anthony. Greg will shoot. Lindsey Hunter, his 1st foul. So
Hunter's got some quick hands, but he reaches way across the body to try to make that steal. You know, sometimes a guy like Lindsey Hunter is just waiting for that moment. Had to pay for reaching across, got a little shot in the jaw.
The pattern is eerily familiar for Detroit fans. The Pistons, and probably one of the reasons Alvin Gentry is no longer here, the Pistons have held 4th quarter leads in half of the games that they have lost, and they're 30 and 30 on the season. So they've seen 4th quarter leads evaporate more than once or twice around here. And Greg Anthony puts the Blazers back in front, 87-86.
Anthony with 8 in the quarter.
Lindsey Hunter thought about a 3, will take it to the baseline and hit. Greg Anthony forced him out of the 3. Hunter took the 2, and the Piston lead is 1.
Now, as soon as Pippen sees his double coming, he needs to hop that ball, and the Blazers need to get cut into the bucket. Otherwise, they play outside. Pippen for 3.
Bango! Scottie delivering from downtown. Blazers by 2. Blazers edging in front in the deep shooting department. Hunter, that's a 2. And the rebound by Steve Smith. Big possession, Portland. Blazers flexing their muscle on the backboard. Scottie's 3 gave him the lead. A clock at 9. Rasheed in the post. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Blazers lead on the Pippen triple. $1.49 for the game. Blazers lead it by 2.
Show me the sign of love. Show me the sign. Show me the sign of love. Show me the sign of love.
right person for the right job is a matter of destiny. Alaska Airlines. For the same price, you just get more.
Wanna find a number out of town? GTE has got it down. 411, 411. Whether Tampa Bay or East LA or all across the USA. 411, 411. Don't need no area codes to search from coast to coast. 411, 411, 411. GTE National Directory Assistance. Find anyone, anywhere.
Hello?
Put nacho cheese sauce on the chalupa.
What?
Put nacho cheese sauce on the chalupa, or else.
Or else what?
I'll have to call you back.
Introducing the new Nacho Cheese Chalupa. We took everything that was great about the chalupa and added warm, zesty nacho cheese sauce. How do we come up with this stuff? And at just 99 cents, you'll love it or your money back. Grande taste, loco value. Only at Taco Bell.
It's time for tonight's Alaska Airlines nonstop score of the night, brought to you by Alaska Airlines, the only airline offering nonstops from Portland to all 3 Bay Area airports in 6 and Southern California. Tonight's nonstop scorer is R.Wallace. He's got 21. Call Michael Thompson when you hear the prompt during the 5th quarter show following tonight's game with the name of our nonstop scorer for your chance to win tickets to an upcoming Blazers game or Alaska Airlines tickets as well. R.Wallace with 21. And a chance to add to that total.
Very good scoring ball game for Wallace. Not getting a lot of attempts, but making a lot of shots. We'll go to the free throw line and a chance to build on the Trailblazers lead. But a lot of communication between the Trailblazers about what they do after the free throw and how to control Lindsey Hunter, Grant Hill, and Jerry Stackhouse. Wallace misses the first.
Lane violation against Detroit. Oh, what a big call.
Now, that's what Jerry does about a coach. They always go to the official that didn't make the call.
Jack Nish had inside position. He was the one who made the call, as Jerome Williams, I think, was in early.
You get a look at Jerome Williams. No, it's Grant Hill just walked across.
That was a little too casual.
Anyway, it gave Wallace another chance, and he gets both the free throws now.
So that becomes a big error on the part of the Pistons as the Blazer lead is 4.
The Pistons stop attacking. The Trailblazer defense has gotten more aggressive, and now Detroit is playing outside. They get the ball to Stackhouse. Stackhouse is now tentative, and now they're just going to make this a Grant Hill show. Hill's going to have to do it by himself.
Stackhouse, his deep three, no, but a foul called. Scottie Pippen got Stackhouse, and he will shoot 3.
Pippen running by, nicks him.
Caught him on the hand after the ball was gone. Stackhouse at 80.5 from the line. Was named to the All-Star team for the first time in his career. One more coming for Stackhouse.
Mistakes can make the difference between winning and losing, and Pippen gives Stackhouse, who's been struggling to score here in the ball game, and particularly in the fourth, 3 points, and it's a 1-point ball game.
Pippen with 5 fouls.
Foul, Laettner.
Laettner getting physical underneath, and that'll put Rasheed back at the line. Laettner, his 5th. Laettner out there with 5. Stackhouse with 4 for the Pistons. Scottie Pippen has 5 for the Blazers. Steve Smith has 3. So that's the foul rundown as far as players on the floor. Rashid calmly buries the first. 23 for Sheed. That matches his average over the last 3 ball games. It's his 16th 20-point performance. I beg your pardon, 24 for Rashid. And Detroit will call a timeout. Timeout on the floor. Blazers lead at 93-91. Don't you dare touch that dial.
Why let beautiful memories lie forgotten in a drawer when it's so easy to drop your film off at Fred Meyer? And they use Kodak Premium Processing, so you know your photos will turn out every bit as vivid as your memories. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
If house A costs this much, and house B costs this much, how much will I save if I buy house A?
Well, honey, it depends.
At Bank of America, our people ask questions, even at home.
This is your first home or your retirement dream home. Say on House B, you have one of our shorter-term mortgages. You can build equity faster, pay it off faster.
They find solutions that fit you.
And maybe save enough money to buy, say, Lake House C. Assuming, of course, that...
Dad, you're doing it again.
I am? Oh.
Bank of America. Let's talk.
Can Sprite make you a more extreme mountain biker? Not if you don't stay on your bike. All Sprite does is quench your thirst.
Maybe those sharp pointy rocks will stop them.
Oh. Nope.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by GTE, proud sponsor of the Portland Trail Blazers. By your local Toyota dealer. We're leading the way to quality and value every day. By Budweiser, the beer with a fresh, clean taste that's never filling. And by the Fannie Mae Foundation, showing America a new way home.
Now, the focus of Portland's defense should be in the direction of Grant Hill, but you can't go to sleep and give some other players wide open chances. They're going to put the ball in Hill's hands. Could probably look to be driving the ball, try to get to the free throw line.
Grant on a crossover, lost it. Greg Anthony comes up with it. Pippen to the hoop and in. Ho-ho! A great play by the Blazers to put them up 4. Grant Hill looking for Stackhouse. Oh, he stuck a 3. Stackhouse with 22. Blazers' job not done yet.
Well, they're in the same position. They got a 1-point advantage. You want to drive the ball to the basket. Look in the direction of Rasheed Wallace, 4 on the clock.
Rasheed with 2. He's got a turn gun. Pistons have it. Shot clock is off. Pistons going to shoot for the win. Hill on the move. Misfiring. Blazers the rebound.
And Grant Hill now saying, where was my foul? Did a great job of beating the defense, but this is a big effort by Pippen to stay with him. And Detlef Shrimp came over.
That looked to be a clean play. Not much contact, not enough to warrant a call, at least in the minds of the officials. Shrimp and Pippen combining on what may well be the defensive play of the game. But you've got 2 free throws here. And the Pistons would have 10.7 to try and tie with a long ball. Detlef has not been to the line tonight, but a strong free throw shooter nonetheless. Whew. The iron kind of Detlef. Bonzi doesn't even want to look. A nail-biter in Indiana, another one now in Detroit. Blazers trying to put an end to a 3-game losing streak. 2 free throws by Detlef. Blazers up 3. 10.7 to go. Timeout, Detroit. Come on back for the finish, folks.
The tires are here at Les Schwab Tire Centers everywhere, celebrating the West's largest tire sale, the Spring Tire Sale. In passenger and performance tires, the 800 Ultra, Spectrum, Grand Am, Proxus FZ4, the all-new ZE 326. For pickups and SUVs, Wild Country, Wildcats, Trailcat, the new SXT. All this and more on sale. Custom wheels, exciting new styles. Happening now at Les Schwab, the West's largest tire sale.
Can Sprite make you a more extreme mountain biker? Not if you don't stay on your bike. All Sprite does is quench your thirst.
Maybe those sharp, pointy rocks will stop them.
Oh. Nope.
His house A costs this much, and house B costs this much. How much will I save if I buy house A?
Well, honey, it depends.
At Bank of America, our people ask questions, even at home.
This is your first home or your retirement dream home. Say on House B, you have one of our shorter-term mortgages. You can build equity faster, pay it off faster.
They find solutions that fit you.
And maybe save enough money to buy, say, Lake House C. Assuming, of course, that...
Dad, you're doing it again.
I am? Oh.
Bank of America. Let's talk.
All you ever want to do is try to give yourself a chance to win a ball game, and by controlling Grant Hill, the Trailblazers do just that. Good defensive effort by Pippen. They force a mistake, and the long arm stretches out and gets them through. And then great help by Detlef Schrempf. Grant Hill was sure he got fouled on that play and asked the official, what happened to my foul? Didn't get it.
Blazers will take a delay of game as Scotty moved across the sideline. 76 in the Blazers team up to refurbish city basketball courts, $50 for each of 7 3-point shots. And the Blazers add $650 to that total as the Pistons just do get it in bounds. That 3 ball off the mark, and the Blazers are going to win it.
Pistons made the fatal mistake that most teams make. You're down 3, 10 to go, get a score. They decide they're going to go for the 3 and tie the ball game up. This is the strategy that the visiting team uses the most, but home team decides to go for the 3. Lindsey Hunter says, I'm taking this all the way. Now, after you miss that shot, you got no chance to rebound. You've got to foul. Now Pippen has the chance to make it a 4, possibly a 5-point game. 5-5 left in the ball game.
And that one should just about do it. Blazers up 4, 5.5 to go.
When you're in that position, you want to get a score. You can always, if you get a quick score, come back and foul. Now it's a 1-point game. You might get someone a little tight, a little nervous, but you got room.
5-point game, Scotty a pair. Blazers lead at 99-94. Timeout taken by the Pistons. Blazers about ready to snap the losing streak. They celebrate in Motown.
Policeman, fireman, the mayor of my town. The dude's hanging off of the paper truck. Mr. Chang, down at the local deli, sells me morning coffee, wishes me good luck. This is for the people in my neighborhood. They help me through the day and make me feel good. This spot's for you. And you, and you, and you. This spot's for you.
Hello?
Put nacho cheese sauce on the chalupa.
What?
Put nacho cheese sauce on the chalupa, or
Or else what?
I'll have to call you back.
Introducing the new Nacho Cheese Chalupa. We took everything that was great about the Chalupa and added warm, zesty nacho cheese sauce. How do we come up with this stuff? And at just 99 cents, you'll love it or your money back. Grande taste, loco value. Only at Taco Bell.
A lot has changed since 1906, unless you consider Fran's bread. Back then, we baked bread as a family, with as much love and pride and heritage as we could fit into each and every loaf. That's how we baked it in 1906, and that's how we bake it today. Franz has always believed that a company that bakes as a family can take pride in products made for a family. Franz Bread. Good taste runs in the family.
Scottie Pippen hits a couple of free throws, and Bonzi Wells, who couldn't look a moment ago, a little chest bump with Scottie.
Yeah, they want to win. You know, they haven't been on the losing end much this season. They don't like that feeling. Pistons with 5 to go, they get it to Stackhouse.
He misfires on a 3. Steve Smith in his homecoming grabs the rebound, and the Blazers have ended the 3-game losing streak. They beat the Pistons at the Palace. The Pistons were celebrating a world title, but the Blazers spoil the party. Portland wins 99-94 behind 24 points from R.Wallace. For Steve Jones, I'm Pete Pranica. Good night from Detroit.